Alright, hopefully that works. We'll see. Okay, so what's that one? I like the current ones. I like them all, that's the problem. Okay, so before I even start, let's just have a moment because I really do want to thank dear God, my spirit team, my ancestors for showing up for me every single day. And I like when I have messages that I can start this off with them having something very easy, affirmations for ourselves and for what we can be grateful for. So, also, I think the next one is going to be either journaling or meditation, or maybe a little both. Good morning, G-Man. Sorry, I'm trying to find a couple of, yes, there you go, I like that one. A couple of my affirmations that are simple and easy, but obviously a good way to start anybody's day. Good morning, Olivia. I thought I had them set aside, but I must have mixed them in, or my daughter was helping me yesterday, so we'll see. Yeah, I think I grabbed the wrong time. That's okay. Anyways, we have our basic simple ones. I am strong. I am powerful. I am loving. I am kind. I am abundant beyond measure. I like this one too. So the ones that, some of these I just like to start out with because it gives us something very simple that we can allow ourselves to be thankful in the moment. And today I was gonna have tea, and then I remembered, no, I'm allowed to have my coffee once in a while and enjoy it. So, and I maintained my cup. This is my most favorite cup in the whole world, because sometimes it's very true. But when we learn to take the what the fuck and turn it into a very good lesson, then we're definitely moving up in the world. So hopefully I didn't put it back in the big pile. If so, I'm gonna have to shuffle for it, and I know it'll come out. So I like that one too. There's a couple verses also. I thought I was organized, but apparently I'm not. I'll keep that one. Psalm 91 came up a lot in some things that I was looking at yesterday, and like I said, I believe the Bible is absolutely a tool, and there's so many things that we can learn from that. So I'll never ever down the Bible. I believe it's a tool, and you get out of it what you put in. Good morning, Cassidy. Once I get my crap together. So I always like to start out and just, thank my spirit team and my angels who literally just sit at my back all the time. They make sure I'm safe, and even in moments of absolute chaos, they help me find my center and remember that even if I'm unsure, I just have to quiet my mind for small, small moments and let the clarity come to me. With the unending well of strength that I was gifted, that now I've learned that I can tap into, but I've been helping everybody with it my whole life, but I just did not understand so well. Now I do, right? And now I understand that I can also tap into that. And that makes me a million times more strong because I have the ability now to understand truly what my gifts were. And And once we start understanding what gifts we've been giving away, thank you, Spirit, 9:39 on the clock, self-expression, endings, and we all know that everything's cyclic, so with endings comes new beginnings, and then we walk into those new cycles with a brand new knowledge and brand new experience, how we've learned to overcome the other cycles, right? So, and then 99, 18, 21 is 3. That's spirituality, right? That's your body, mind, and soul. Good morning, Marnie Lynn and Aid, or Ade. If I mispronounce it, I do apologize. With respect, there's never anything. Yeah, I mix them in, so I'll have to shuffle for them after, and that's okay. So I found a couple. Good morning, Audrey. I found a couple that I like anyway, and this is something that I just like to say, even before I kind of get into uh, my life story. And no, I don't tell my whole life story on here because we'd be here for, 24 hours, 48 hours. I don't want to do that to you. But I like to always thank my angels and my spirit team and God just for reminding me every single day what I have to be happy for, even in the midst of chaos. And when I tell you sometimes the chaos is redonkulous, thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation, but it's true. Thank you, my angels, for always sending me messages of guidance, love, and support. I truly know I am never alone because of you. Okay, these are things that probably I say a million times a day. Sometimes, only a few because my brain gets caught up in lifing. But I really try to make it a point, thank you, Spirit, that to say thank you and be grateful, even in small moments. This morning, walking my daughter to school, that's why my hair is down. Usually I wear it up because it gets in my way, and then I get irritated, but I can't wear it short, so it is what it is. But good morning, Glister and Carol. So, anyways, I was had her on my shoulders, and then there's all these bushes that we walk by, and we play like jump in the bushes. So like I kind of will lean over and let her think she's gonna fall into the bushes, and she grabbed handfuls of pine needles and was literally dumped them all in my hair, so I'd actually get it all out. But it's great fun, and it's just another way to be happy and just find some fun. Be a child, remind our inner child that even as adults, thank you, Spirit, we can still have fun. And all those moments of laughter, no matter how small they are, they're self-love. They're showing us and showing those that we love that no matter what happens in this world, there's something that we can find, even the smallest thing, to be grateful for. And if that's what we have to start with, that's what we start with, and we just move out from there, right? Good morning, Claire and Binky and Joe Mama, Cherry Pie and Carol. Welcome back. So thank you, universe, for all of the blessings you send my way. I trust you to show me the way. I love you for always finding me. And it's true, because at the end of the day, every single moment that you can find to be grateful for, you're letting the universe know that you respect them and you are grateful, and then the universe finds a way to find you. Thank you, Spirit. They follow the trail of gratitude and faith. And good morning, Elio and JL. So if we think about it, the best way I can put it is when I pray to God and I speak life into things in the universe, what I do is I always, no matter what happens, I do what I've learned, okay? You have to use the experiences that you've learned, or else you're not learning them. Thank you, Spirit. So when you go through a struggle, yes, of course, you pray to God for strength. You do all of that. But in that, you also have to do the work, right? So whatever you've learned to this point, whatever experiences, you have to show yourself to be resourceful. You have to show them that you learned the lessons and that you are doing the work. And when you do that, the universe finds you because you've now said, I've learned the lesson, I've done the work, I've done what I can do, and I understand this is a harder level, so now I'm counting on you to show me the way or to help me along the way. And you have to give it to God, right? And when you do that and you give it out to the universe and you don't put limitations on it or expectations on it, you have to let it go. And when you do, they follow that trail and they absolutely find a way to help you walk through it with peace, right? So thank you, Spirit. So good morning, Shani Lynn, Grace Lynn, Johnny, user number. I'm not even gonna go down the list. And then of course we have faithfulness. I commit to my mind, heart, and will. I am devoted to the needs of my soul. I trust in myself, in God, in the universe. And saying these affirmations just allow us the strength. And it reminds us to find a peaceful place, right? So no matter what we come back to at the end of the day, no matter what, thank you, Spirit, no matter what chaos tries to envelop us and make us sad, make us freak out, make us worry, we need to always come back to this point. Good morning, Win. And thank you for the likes, user. I appreciate that. I don't know what that does. I know that maybe helps get us up somewhere in the list. I'm not sure how it works. I'm just here to pass messages. So whether it's one person, thank you, Spirit. If you do what you're called to do, and that's all it is, and that's all I ever expect from anybody. I give with no expectation here. I'm giving from my heart because that's what I believe and what I've learned, and hopefully along the way it helps somebody. Good morning, Gypsy and Catherine and Vlad. So with everyone I encounter, I also put my faith in your pure love for me. So much so, you allow me to receive the love in true abundance you know I deserve. Okay, so what that's saying is with everyone I meet, everyone I encounter, I treat them with the same respect and love and dignity that I would hope that somebody would give to me, whether they do it or not. Okay, good morning, JTB. And that's because I love myself so deeply, and I understand myself so well now that I know that it doesn't matter what people say. It's not my business to know what they say or think about me. Good morning, Jesse. My job is to just be me to the very best of my ability, and people that see that will see that and will know, and the people that don't, okay, that's not my business. All I'm doing is planting seeds right now. Okay, and when I send you away with a small message and a small thank you, Spirit, just planting that seed. And every time you stop back and you get a little more of a message and a little more of a message, even if it's 10 seconds at a time, they're getting planted and they're getting watered, and they're showing us how to come back to ourselves and love ourselves and love others the way we should, right? The way we would want to be loved. So, and eventually it makes you start looking inward. And when you start looking inward, thank you, Spirit. When you start looking inward, that's when the true healing begins, and that's when you can ascend, and that's when you can truly love yourself the way you should be loved. So before I do my face mask and explain my life story, these ones were just calling me to read out, and so maybe they could help someone along the way, and maybe someone doesn't have enough time to sit through some other stuff, so it was important to get this message out. Thank you, Spirit. So inner work. God brings me ideal situations for my inner healing. As I become aware of my weaknesses, I turn them into strengths. I direct my thoughts towards the light and see the positive side of every stage of my life. Darkness turns into courage. Thus, I get stronger. I've always done that my whole life, even when I wasn't healing. 9:49 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. Sometimes I didn't know. I didn't even realize I was doing it. I just automatically did it because that's who I am. And before people would, I allowed people to stomp on my boundaries, just have no respect for them whatsoever. I allowed these things because I didn't understand. I came from a very narcissistic upbringing. very abusive, very all kinds of things that did all kinds of damage. And I was only ever taught to cope, and for those that don't know, cope means don't kill yourself, show up, go to work. That's that. Um, and I survived that way for a very long time, always trying to heal. Good morning, Claire. Um, and then I learned that, I always thought there was a better way. I always had this thing in me that said to me, like, there's a better way. And that was God, and that was my angels, and that was my ancestors, my spirit team, telling me that there's a better way. Am I 100% healed? No. Am I ever going to be 100% healed? Who knows? I've survived a ton of shit. And I put that all on my page, so you can go back to my older ones and watch them if you like. It speaks some of the stuff that I've overcome, not even all of it, but I say that because I don't want to get into that on here. But there came a point in time where I was afraid to do self-love, self-care, like putting on a face mask and taking time any moment for myself was absolutely shameful. I was, selfish. I was all of the things. And I would start it, and then something would happen, thank you, Spirit. And I put myself to the side and allow all this other stuff to create chaos in my life and my mind, and never let my mind settle because I was running on empty all the time, stuck in survival mode. Good morning, Kai and Brendan. So the whole point of this is, even in my chaos right now, I'm on day 3, I think, of a 7-day eviction notice that I've done nothing to deserve. Still waiting for all of the income to come my way that's supposed to be here, that has not. Reached out to resources. Nobody is in a position to get back to me in any reasonable manner. So instead of working with me, the organization that makes all its money and donations, thank you, Spirit, by its name, Society of Hope, working with low-income families and empowering them, decided they were going to bully me instead, which is whatever. And I try to play the game. I really did. And I have, and I still am, because I'm going to fight for the people that come after me. Hopefully they can put some policies in place and make some changes, because at the end of the day, somebody who's trying to work with you in an adult manner and find a conclusion that is peaceful and able to work together does not deserve to be thrown out on the streets and stuff with their daughter. Like, there's a humanity purpose that I'm trying to instill into people. And if we can't treat people with basic love and respect, then how do we expect people to keep sending that out into the world? Good morning, Psycho Man. So, but throughout that chaos, I could have literally sat here and gave up, and just said enough. But God does not allow that with me. When I tell you the never-ending well of strength is absolutely factual. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. Even when I think I want to give up, or I think that there's no way forward, when I quiet my mind and I get out of the bullshit rat race, and recognize that I've already overcome 100% of any issues that I've ever had to encounter, that means I'm already a professional. I've already mastered overcoming these situations, finding a way to take myself out of them. Thank you, Spirit. When you're playing in the rat race, when you're playing in the game and you have only this option and this option, you're stuck between two shitty options, and neither one is beneficial to you. What do? Right? You step out of the game, because there's always that third option where you just don't play anymore. And so what I've learned is sometimes walking away, thank you, Spirit, is the most loving, compassionate thing you can do for yourself and for others. So I've had to learn with cutting off literally everybody in my life. It is me and my daughter, and that's it. And I've created all these things and tried to create stability and everything for her, and no matter how much people try to uproot that, she's now in a school that I feel that, you know, they genuinely care and they want to help her. Thank you, Spirit. 9:55 on the clock. So no matter what happens, where we go at the end of the day, I'm going to do what it takes to get her there, because I believe that they actually care, and it just warms my heart to see people making an effort for her, and I love that. Good morning, Wanda and Vivico. So, anyways, in the midst of all of this chaos, I refuse to let them take me down or make me feel less than, because I have, at the end of the day, I can look at myself in the mirror and I know truly I have done everything on my end that I can do. And I've given it to God. And when I let it go and I give it to God, I trust that on the very last day, in the very last moment, God's going to show up for me in ways that even I can't even comprehend. Thank you, Spirit. I know that. I know that with everything I have in me, because I have, just because of who I am and who I am for other people, and how I show up for people and have showed up for people. Now I'm just showing up for myself, which took me a long time to learn. So I don't care if it's painting or paint by numbers. I got this $4. I had it for a while, and then I actually decided to sit down and do it. Thank you, Spirit. But sometimes we don't have a lot of money to do self-care, and sometimes we don't have a lot of the things. So I took old cardboard, you know, and I created coasters for myself. So things that were going to go in the garbage, and I decided to reuse them and make them something that could be something good with my daughter, activities that we can do together, but not just that, we can meet each other where we're at, right? We can communicate, we can have fun, we can enjoy what we're doing. Sorry, I'm trying to look for the picture of some of the other things that I've made, and I only did it because it was something that I liked to do, right? So here's I made an emotional wheel. Can you see it there? To help with kids. Good morning, Val. It's just little things, and it doesn't matter what you spend the time doing. I make my little wands because they make me happy, and I believe that the earth, the universe created these beautiful stones, and showing so much respect and awe to them, and reveling in their beauty and totally enjoying them. Good morning. It's all these putting something or loving something. It's okay to love something. The earth created these beautiful stones. You know, how could you not show respect for that, right? For me, they're my right. They're whenever you need to get grounded, no matter what happens. Like literally, I keep them with me. I make my earrings and my necklaces. I do that just truly because it's something I love, and I respect the universe so much for all of the wonderful things they give us. 9:59 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. Just having these moments to get out of the rat race and let the world beat you down. Then you have a moment to just say, thank you, Spirit. You have a moment to just say, you know, I've overcome all this. Every time I've overcome it. You know, I've had help from the universe. If I just can quiet my mind just a little bit and understand that I love myself enough to show up for myself, Spirit's going to show up for me too, and they're going to show up for you in ways you can't even imagine, that I can't even comprehend. I've had to struggle my whole life, and it took, yeah. Thanks for confirming that, Spirit. It's true though. But at the end of the day, I could be wallowing in poor, pity me, and begging people to save my life and all those things. That's not what I'm here for. People at some point, someday, will do donations and all those things, but that's not what I'm asking for. What I'm asking for is, one, to help me be accountable. So when I show up for myself, this is day 15. I'm committing to myself. I've always done it, and then 2 weeks pass, and I got to throw it away because some chaos came up and intervened in my life, and oh, this isn't important anymore. No, now I'm being accountable, and when I'm accountable for myself, that means I'm showing up. I'm making this habit, and I'm taking this time no matter what happens in my life. Thank you, Spirit. And then at the end of the day, if I can help a couple people along the way, then truly 10:01 on the clock. Spirit, I love you so much. And if we know that is endings and new beginnings, balanced new beginnings, master number 11, we create our own new beginnings. And of course, the 00 is infinite new beginnings, new cycles coming, no limit to our successes, no limit to anything. If we imagine it, we can do it. We just have to put in the work. Thank you, Spirit. I love when you confirm my messages so much. So yeah, it's just, oh yeah, I make my own teas. I forgot. I make my face mask that I'm going to be putting on here. Simple. Like, I don't have a lot of funds. I have no funds. So, not a lot. I have no funds. But I had honey in my house, and I had turmeric. So, I made a very simple mask. And it doesn't cost any. It doesn't. Usually, you have it in your house. If you don't, it's a few dollars at the grocery store, but it's not going to break the bank, and you can use it every day and not damage your skin. Actually, I think it might be helping me a little, a little bit. If not, even if it's not, for those few moments of the day, you can pretend you're at a spa. Put the cucumbers on your eyes, kick back, pretend. I just seen a little orb. Thank you, Spirit. I know you're here. Thank you. Yeah, you can just pretend you're on a beach somewhere with an umbrella drink. Take your mind on a vacation. Just show up for yourself and remember how much you're worth it. And imagine that point in time when you will be able to afford that. Because when you start loving yourself and you start doing the work, the opportunities are going to start coming your way because you're telling the universe just how much you're worth, and you're asking the universe to remind you how much you're worth. And when you start doing that and you're showing that you're grateful for all the little things, all those small moments of time, then all these good things will come your way. Welcome back, Olivia. So I made that, and then I made the lotion that I put on, and I do some affirmations, and then of course I love to pull some cards along the way, some gratitude, thank you, Spirit, and some self-care, and some things to help us along our journey, because there's enough drama and all kinds of chaos out in the world. Good morning, Ahmad. There's a lot of chaos out there. There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of all that things that just never ends. I could go for that and try to become viral and all those things, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for myself, for one, but I'm here to teach a new way to love ourselves. I watch tarot readings. I try not to watch the news because it breaks my heart, but I do all those things too sometimes, and we get caught up in it, and it's so low vibrational, and if I can just help keep my vibration up always, and then help others raise their vibration, then truly I'm being obedient, and I'm doing what God has asked me to do. Good morning, Felicia. So I'm going to take a moment, and I'm going to paint on my face mask. Smoggy Steve, good morning. I'm gonna have another sip of my coffee. Oh yeah, and then I'm gonna brag on my cup because this cup has, since I moved to BC, it was actually in the place that, our first place that we moved into, and it's come with me ever since. I could not let it go. Um, it's something that just makes me giggle. It gives me a smile, and it's gonna come with me until it dies. And I don't think it's gonna be a while because I take good care of it. So, good morning, Alex. Let me put my hair up. I'm gonna put my face mask on, and then I'll pull a couple of cards while I'm waiting, and then we'll go take it off and do some affirmations. And yeah, the mask is very simple, absolutely simple. It's turmeric and honey, and as long as you're not allergic to any of those things, I don't think it should be a problem. And if you are, let me know because I can search up some different ones that maybe helps. Good morning, low life. Ooh. So I'll put this on. I'm just getting started. Also, I just want it to be known that I had all these. I didn't make this mask by myself. It wasn't my idea. It's somebody else's recipe. Somebody else came up with it. I had many recipes for lotions and candles and all the things that I made. I had books and books and books on it, and they all burned in my fire when I lost everything before I came here. So it took me a moment to recover from that. And welcome, Cece, Victoria, good morning. It took me a little while to overcome that and decide that I was going to rebuild and redo that. So I'm here now, and now I'm starting to relearn, and if I'm going to do it, I want to do it right. So truly, I want to eventually, by the end of next year, I want to take a herbology course, so I can really truly learn some of the other things. It's always been a passion, but I want to be able to do it. So for the more medicinal abilities, so I can help others and have a more homeopathic life. I don't take medications. I don't take anything. That's by my own choice. Am I opposed to it? No, not at all. If something is needed, it's needed, and by all means, it's about our best self and the quality of life. So sometimes it's figuring out. Good morning, Tyler. Sometimes it's just figuring out what's best for us, and sometimes we may still need medication while we're getting our bodies on track, and eventually we'll get to a point where we don't need to take them or whatever, and that's to each however they need to live their best life, right? So I'm not ever going to judge anybody for anything that's going on in their lives, because I've probably been through it, or in some way, shape, or form know about it, and I just, not here to judge. Thank you, Spirit. I'm here to help us find a way to love ourselves no matter what's going on in our life. And Bate, is that how you say it? Good morning. So I'm painting on my mask, and yes, I'm sitting here talking and doing all the stuff. But for those who are doing it at home, you're putting cucumbers on your eyes and you're kicked back with your feet up. Listen to this message. Imagine you're at a spa. Somebody's bringing you an umbrella drink, or you're sitting in the sauna, whatever it is. Imagine something amazing, and because you deserve it. And someday, once you start down this path and you start getting everything together and learning how much you actually deserve, remembering what you deserve, then the universe is going to start sending those opportunities your way, just as they're sending them my way. And even in the middle of chaos, I refuse to let somebody take me out of my highest best self, because let me tell you, I worked hard to get to this point, and I refuse to let somebody take me out of it. Once you learn there's a certain amount of peace that you can find within yourself, thank you, Spirit. That's something that you're not going to give up very quickly. I would let go of just about anything to maintain this peace. Will I fight for those I love? You're damn right. 10:10 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. Every single day I'll show up and fight for those who I love. And that's what I'm doing here. But I'm fighting for myself first. And that matters because, thank you, Spirit. When I show up for myself, I fill my own cup. And when I fill my own cup, that means everything that's overflowing, it doesn't drain me. That means I can show up every single day with the strength needed just to help those along the way. And people that come in and out maybe don't understand it, but every time they come in, and they, even for small moments, they're taking a piece of my love and my energy, thank you, Spirit, to help them through the day, and my never-ending strength. Good morning, Carol. So people don't understand that, but you come in, I give you my energy and you take it away. 10:11 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. And they say as within, so without, right? So I'm helping you in small amounts. Doesn't matter how long it is when you come in and go out. I'm placing that seed in your heart, and when it gets there, there's just small little bit of watering, and every time you stop in just for a little moment, you're getting just a little bit more energy and just a little bit more energy, but it's coming from a cup that's overflowing, not being a place of being depleted all my life and thinking all the negativity. And I help people at that point in my whole life. Thank you, Spirit. From a place of empty almost. So just imagine what I can do when my cup is full and overflowing. Um, I was given 3 gifts, and some of them I ignored because I didn't quite understand. And people taught me that it was shameful, and I truly listened to that for a long time. Good morning, Emma. But my unconditional love was something that people would shame me for a very long time. But the thing is that unconditional love was a gift, and it was meant to be shared with everybody. Everybody, even the ones that don't like me or hate me or any of those things, even the ones that cause me harm. Do I create boundaries so they can't cause me harm anymore? Yes. Good morning. Welcome back, Jixie and Amy. I create boundaries to protect myself from those who wish me harm, but I don't send back to them negativity or any of those things. I transmute all that negative energy and make it into something good for myself. I've learned to do that, and I'm getting very good at it. But also, I understand that those that are hurting need love too. So that's why when people come in with their negative attitudes or come in with some insults trying to scare me, it doesn't hurt my feelings. I have a very thick skin. I've overcome more things than most people can even possibly fathom. So something as small as someone trying to hurt my feelings is just not gonna cut it. And Spirit knows that I can still give that love. Willingly and unconditionally, no matter what they've done to me. Thank you, Spirit. Which is why I'm here. So it doesn't matter if there's 1 or 1,000,000 people that show up in a day. I'm going to speak my truth, and I'm going to give love as best I can. I'm going to give my strength, just a small piece of it every single time. And it's okay because my cup's constantly overflowing. So what I give, I'm giving with no expectation. Thank you, Spirit. Welcome, Ange. So in these moments truly is what is what we need to focus on, right? Also, in teaching these small amounts of self love, self care, and um, inspiration, gratitude, where I'm also teaching you a little bit of discernment, um, ability to be resourceful, ways to show up for yourself when you're not even sure how. But if you think about it, you've probably showed up for everybody else in your life like a pit bull, done the wars, you know, fought the fights, did the research, did all the things for all these other people, but just never knew how to show up for yourself. Um, and I'm learning that too. So when I tell you it's this journey is learning just as much as I'm showing. So and every time there's times I've been on here in the last 15 days and I literally you got choked up because uh, that's when spirit taught me that strength, that was another one of my gifts that I was sharing my whole life and I didn't know. um, I learned that through coming on here. Another one was, if I truly want anyone wants to know what kind of person I am or how I love, just look at my daughter. And I didn't know that. I truly was just like, I don't know where she gets it from. She's just such a big ball of love and such a cheerleader. Good morning, Emad. Um, just such a cheerleader, and it melted my soul almost when Spirit just put it on my heart right then and there while I was speaking on it, that she gets it from me. She's a cheerleader for everyone, literally cheers you on. I knew you could do it. She celebrates everybody's wins. She's not jealous or upset. She's so happy when people do things. And right then and there, Spirit told me, she gets that from you, right? And I didn't know that. I never even, it's those things that I just did all the time that we don't actually recognize. We don't think about. We disregard it. We don't celebrate ourselves because we're so used to just it being a shameful thing to be vulnerable or happy for people or celebrate people. They turn it into such a shameful thing that we don't know really where to go or what to do, right? So, I always sloughed it off and I was like, it's not a big deal. Nobody cares, whatever. And as I was speaking on it, literally Spirit says to me, do you not see that she gets that from you? You're her only, thank you, Spirit. You're her only inspiration. You're the one who's been with her since she's born. You're the one who she sees every single day, how she treats people. And she gets it from you, and it was like such a impact and it was such a strong download that I almost had a meltdown on here because I wasn't even prepared to understand how much love I truly give to everybody, and how much love I'm finally giving to myself, and now that's why I'm trying so hard. I'm looking great. Is it the yellow mask? Thank you, I appreciate that. Good morning, Black Coolie. And I hope that's how I pronounce it. But yeah, so the reason I spoke on that is just because I'm learning just as much as you're learning, and I'm not here to go viral or make $1 million a day or whatever the goals are here. My goal is to show up and give the messages that God has put on my heart, that my angels put on my heart, even our ancestors sometimes, because our ancestors know, and yes, sometimes they screwed up and sometimes they did the wrong thing. Sometimes they got stuck in the this or that choice and didn't know there was a third way. But they learned, because when they got to the next stage, thank you, Spirit, they learned and they understood and they got to see that higher perspective. And there's times where I have to sit back and figure out the higher perspective too, because sometimes it takes a lot for me to go, oh my God, and get out of the rat race. But once we can sit back and observe and see that higher perspective, good morning, Kay. Brody, sorry, I missed it, and I'm trying to say good morning as they come in, and if I miss you, it's definitely not out of disrespect, I promise. Good morning, Ted. So, yeah, it's just a moment when we learn to go inward and we take these small moments to show ourselves how much we do love ourselves, that we have the ability to start understanding, hey, I love myself and I can do this even in the midst of whatever chaos goes on around me. Good morning, Bryson. You can pile all the shit in the world on my shoulders, and what's going to happen is uh, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to observe it, and I'm going to sort through it, and I'm going to say, is this mine? Do I have a right to feel this way? Is this my feeling? Is it my own? No, it's not. Okay, let it go. Um, this is an actual problem that I have to deal with. Okay, have I done the legwork? Have I done the research? Have I done all of the things? Thank you, Spirit. All of the things that I've learned to this point. Have I done that? Yes. Okay, God, I trust in you. I've done the things. Now I'm leaving it to you and no expectations. And then I come back to myself. I don't let it beat me down. I don't let it put me in fear anymore. Good morning, Chaz. I missed the other one. I'm sorry. I know people pop in and out very quickly. Some for a small message, some for a longer one. And good morning, Gloria. And that's okay, because even the small message is planting the seed of self-love, self-care, and how we can start raising our vibration so we let some of these lower vibrational worries and hardships and all that go away. Welcome back, Emad. People pop in and pop out, and I'm okay with that. I'm here for the long haul. Thank you, Spirit. I'm here for myself first and foremost, filling my own cup, doing all of the things that I need to do. This holds me accountable. And then helping people along the way truly, truly makes me happy. So, and seeing the people that come out and support me and show up every day, even in the smallest amounts, we all have lives. So do I expect you to sit here the whole time I'm live? No, I'm here for a long time because I'm here to give messages in small amounts and big, small doses for people to pop in and out. And when they start coming each day, I'm watering the seeds, right? And I'm helping them in ways they don't even know. So 1022 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit, which is a master builder number, 22. New beginnings, cycles ending, and then us creating our new levels, our new cycles with our self-expression, with our balance, coming back to harmony, body, mind, soul, God, Son, Holy Spirit, call it whatever you will, aligning our chakras, being one. That's the whole point of this, and it all starts with small things like this. Does it have to be a face mask? No, it could be making a coaster. It could be making a Christmas tree. It could be making our little wands or the teas. Anything that we're doing that takes our mind out of the rat race and recognizes that we love ourselves and we are the ones that show up for us no matter who is there or not there. And once we start recognizing that we're professionals at showing up for us, and we showed up for others all these times in our lives, if we take, thank you, Spirit, if we took half that energy and focused it back on ourselves instead of everybody else, our cup has no other thing to do but stay full, right? Good morning, Lydia. And that's truly our goal. When we can fill our cup to overflowing just by showing up for ourselves for a simple 5 minutes in a day, 10 minutes in a day, getting ourselves back to a grounded place where no matter what, we see ourselves, we acknowledge ourselves, we're looking at ourselves in the mirror saying, I love myself today, I love myself tomorrow, I will love myself forever. And reminding ourselves exactly what we're worth. And when we do that, we instinctively are creating these boundaries. We don't even have to do it verbally, like, this is my boundary, you can't cross it. What happens is our stature, how we carry ourselves, how we believe in ourselves, creates these boundaries already. So anything that's lower vibrational or not treating us properly, or with the intent to not treat us properly, just falls away. Okay, because we're not having it, we're not taking part in that. We don't feed into it, and when we don't feed into those things, then they get bored. They recognize they have no power. They have no control over us anymore. So we instinctively, our aura, our energy, our thoughts. We get rid of those negative thoughts, and now we have, without even trying, created a boundary that says, no, you can't come at me with the bullshit. I'm not with it. I'm here. I'm doing the work for myself, and you can either join this team and really truly work on yourself, or you can stay stuck in the drama, and that's on you. Stay back there, because I have bigger and better things to do in my life, and I have more things to worry about, like loving myself, finding my peace and maintaining it, no matter what's going on. So these are simple things that we can do, whether it's a face mask that costs nothing, or doing a coaster. It's something to start. It's about starting the process, right? It's about someone telling you you're not worthy of it, and you believing that it's not the case. And I will come on here every day as much as I can, every day for 21 days. There will be small breaks, a couple days in between. Also, while I'm finding other ways to love myself, that I can help share ideas, right? But I will make it my goal in life to come on here and find ways to show anybody and everybody how to love themselves, even in the darkest of moments, even in the biggest of struggles. And trust me, I know what they are. I've had to overcome them all. I'm currently in the middle of trying to overcome them now, more now, too. So, but I'm not worried. I've done all of the things I can do, and I know when I tell you God is going to show up for me in ways that will, that even I can't comprehend at this point. And okay, I get it, Spirit. I'm not going, no, I'm gonna just giggle for a moment, because I heard a few times, and I like this thought process. So, when something falls to the floor when you're shuffling, it's like that times 10. Good morning, Devin. So, these two that I'm going to read first and foremost are, let's think of that times 10. Like, we really want to understand the exaggeration on this and put it in that extra, because it fell on the floor. It says, do this and love this, and it's going to make that much of a difference. Good morning, Devin and Julio. So praise yourself for being able to praise, for waking up when you had every reason not to. And that's Angelo Geter, I think. If I mispronounce that, I apologize. But again, like I said, times 10. Praise yourself. Celebrate yourself. Show up for yourself. Love yourself. Be so damn proud of yourself, because every single day you woke up, okay, and you have a new chance to make a difference. And every single day you wake up and show up for yourself, you're mastering something, you're overcoming something, because we all have struggles. Trust me, I don't care if you're the richest of the rich or the poorest of the poor, we all have struggles. And the fact that you wake up every day and you make an effort and show up for yourself makes you a master of your own life, okay? And it proves that you can do anything, because showing up sometimes can be the hardest thing in the world for ourselves. Thank you, Spirit. Summon a dream you had that did not come to fruition. There is a new opportunity gained with each one we let go. Only with darkness can we find our light. So things that didn't work out in our favor, things that, or we think didn't work out in our favor. Just because we didn't get our dream in the same day that the next day or whatever that we had it, doesn't mean that it didn't come to fruition. Thank you, Spirit. It just means that we're working on it and we're making our way there, whether it's a baby step or a million others. And along the way, our dreams may change, and that's okay. But you still dream those big dreams. And just because you don't get them immediately, it doesn't mean that you're not getting them. It means that God's teaching you how to keep it, so that when you finally do encounter your dream and align with it, you're not going to misuse it or mistreat it. Chandra, good morning. You're going to do it with integrity, and you're going to make sure that it's lasting. It's something that you're not going to just fall away from, or you're not going to lose it because you weren't grateful for it or didn't know how to use it properly. So don't think that you didn't make it. You're just learning the lessons that are going to get you there, and that's thank you, Spirit. You gotta let me get it out of my mouth first, Spirit. That's how we start with the self-love and all of those things. So Spirit just confirming my message as soon as it pops into my head. Well, you gotta let me spit it out, please, and thank you. Good morning, Angel and Crystal. What a strange thing to be alive beneath the cherry blossoms. Kobayashi Isa. Hopefully that's correct. Whom do you deeply love? Find bliss in your ability to feel this love. Does Danny want to get into a relationship with me? Oh, well, I can ask, but the question is, do you want to get into a relationship with Danny, to be honest? Well, we have Page of Swords, delayed news, patience needed, ideas, inspiration. So it says no, but I don't know who Danny is. I can do another couple of cards and see, but let's honestly look into this. And it doesn't mean that maybe he's never going to want to. What was that one? Yeah, childhood memories, nostalgia. So maybe Danny has some lessons to learn first, and learning what he wants in life. Thank you, Spirit. Just because something's a no right now doesn't mean it's always going to be a no, but you also have to understand if they're unsure or they're in some rush, or if you have to question it, then you don't want to be in that relationship. I truly have been breadcrumbed in all of the things, and nobody deserves that. So if you have to question it, then it's definitely a no. If it's not an absolute yes, always thank you, Spirit. If it's not an absolute yes, it's a no. And maybe in the future, who knows? Because energy constantly changes, and because we all have free will. But if you're questioning it, I wouldn't even bother. Save your energy for yourself and love yourself, and show them how you deserve to be loved, and then either they show up to the plate or they don't. Thank you, Spirit. And if they don't, then so be it, right? Let them live their life wherever they go, and live yours. And the one that truly wants to love you and show you what you're worth will show up for sure. Welcome back, Marilyn. So what happens when this domestic life grows suspect? And I got this one. This has been a common theme, so somebody definitely needs to hear this. 10:33 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. What have you grown tired of in your life? Where do you feel bored? What if these sensations were opportunities to reimagine the roles you are playing? And I believe that this is for some of the people that keep showing up trying to intimidate me or whatever. That might recognize that it's probably not working, so you're wasting your energy. Just imagine if you took that energy and put it to yourself and loved yourself. Don't worry about anybody else. Once you start thank you, Spirit. Once you start loving yourself, you don't allow the world to kick you while you're down anymore, because you're always lifting yourself up, and all that crap stays in the back. Welcome back, Marilyn. I think I already said that, but you know how I get. Sometimes I get so focused on one thing I can't even, my own eyes go crossed. I'm just trying to get the message out. And sometimes one spirit puts them so deeply in my heart that they can literally confirm my message before I can even get it out of my mouth. They're like, "Hurry up already!" I'm like, "Let me have my coffee. Give me a moment, please." Sometimes they're like, "No, we need it now." Yeah, I can't say anything because I'm one of the most impatient people that I've ever met. So, okay. What luck or fate, instinct or grace brought me here? In shade beneath hidden stars, Laura Foley. Thank you, Spirit. The world does not begin and end with what you have known of it. There is so much deliciousness you've yet to discover. And a good friend was telling me, I believe it was yesterday. I got the message today, though. I was very struggling trying to find my center. Because we all have moments, and there's a lot of chaos going on in my life that I don't deserve in any way, shape, or form. Thank you, Spirit. But I'm going to overcome it one way or the other because God is not going to let me fail. And there's something that the world needs to see, and they need to see that you can't keep kicking the dog when it's down because the dog stands up. And when the dog speaks the truth, people are going to start hearing and people are going to see, and I'm shining the light on all the shit. There's no more corner. Thank you, Spirit. There's no more corner for them to sit there and traumatize me over and over and over. When you shine the light in those shadows, there's accountability. I take all accountability always, and if there's something I need to change, I do my very best to do that. And I make steps. Nobody's perfect. I'm far from perfect, but I try every single day, and I show up, and I try to be just a little bit better and learn a little bit better. And when things going on like retrograde and all those other things, it creates chaos in our lives and makes it harder for us to think properly and understand how to stay in our heart space, right? But also is bringing up some of these traumas and triggers so that we can remember how we overcame them in the past and thank you, Spirit, and find ways to use that knowledge to rise above and see from another perspective, right? We've already learned from this perspective. Now we want to learn from one up here because there's another level and there's a better way. And that's what I'm learning too, which is why I come on and share it. And Marnie Lynn actually is my friend, and she's the one who told me about the vacation. I do the face mask thing for a 10-minute vacation, but sometimes 10 minutes is not enough. Especially when we're struggling and there's some serious stuff going on. And she said, take an hour and take an hour and go on vacation in your mind. And I'm definitely going to start putting that into practice because I believe I've already been trying to do that. I've just on a smaller level. And now I really want to really put in the work and see, 1 hour of true love and peace could just make endless amounts of difference in my life at this time, especially at this time. So, at any time, but especially at this time. So, I'm definitely going to take that advice. And it's nice to know that you have someone out there, not just your spirit team, not just God in the universe. You have a real human being that gives a shit, right? Thank you, Marlene. Yeah, even 10 minutes. That's kind of what I've been trying to do. Because I have a daughter who is a lot. She's a high energy, very, very high energy. But she's a little ball of love and energy. And sometimes I can't even close my eyes for 2 minutes. So, and because I've been using this space right now when she's in school to come on and do this, thank you, Spirit. And yes, I'm doing it because that's what they want me to do. And because in these moments, I need this much for myself. I'm trying to make up for 42 years of not giving a shit about myself and letting everyone stomp me while I was down. Can you make up for that? Probably not. But showing up this much for myself not only helps me, but it does help people along the way. Thank you, Spirit. And even if I never ever hear a thank you or get some recognition or become the master of the universe or whatever, I don't even know, whatever the master, like some big high viral thing on TikTok, it's not about that. It's about the people that I help along the way, whether it's one or a million, even in the smallest of ways. So, good morning, Rick. So, I think of wind and her wild ways. The year we had nothing to lose it and lost, nothing to lose and lost it anyway. Joy Harjo. Today, try holding on a little less tightly to your expectations for the day. Notice what happens when you loosen your grip. And yes, that's one thing that I've been working on. There are things that I can't control, and I have no control over the way things are going to unfold. It's not up to me. I've done the legwork, thank you, Spirit. And at the end of the day, however it plays out is how it's going to play out. But the one thing I know is I'm going to rise above, and I'm going to be grateful because God's not going to let me fall on my face or live in shame and humiliation for something that was out of my control. And I share it with everybody because I am transparent. The good, the bad, the ugly. You can go look at my stuff. I refuse to let somebody shame me about something that I didn't create. Something that, yes, I might have helped along the way with the programming and stuff because I didn't know better. But now that I know better, I'm absolutely going to do better every step of the way. Good morning, Leanna. So I'm going to go up and we're going to go upstairs and take off the face mask and do some affirmations. I didn't find my cards, so we're winging it today, but they're all going to be pretty simple ones. You know, I'm beautiful, I'm strong, all of the wonderful ones. I don't get an extra exercise because all this extra up and down the stairs, I'm going to lose a couple pounds this week. So just give me 1 second. Good morning, so I just want to set this down so I don't send everybody flying. Get some warm water because I do not like cold water on my face, especially when I'm trying to wipe this off. So this is my moment where even with my yellow face, my face mask, I look in the mirror and I tell myself, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am solid, I am full of love, I am grateful. I am an open and clear receiving channel for Spirit. I am excited to see all of the things that Spirit is going to bring into my life. The new experiences, new lessons, and new people. I am abundant. Everything I give comes back to me multiplied with love. I give freely with no expectation from anybody. And I fill my cup first when I'm full of gratitude to the universe, for God, my angels, my spirit team. I'm grateful for every lesson they send my way. I am absolutely powerful, strong beyond belief. I show up for myself with joy and unconditional love. I do not fail. When anything doesn't go as planned, it's not a failure, it's a lesson. And it's meant for me to learn and share with those along my path. And I will do everything in my power to share to the best of my ability and help those along the way. And I do that with love and compassion and strength. And I do it willingly. And I give with no expectation of anything in return. I'm giving from a full cup, an overflowing cup, and I will maintain that every single day. I fill my cup first, so I may give and it doesn't deplete me. And I love you, God, my angels, my spirit team, and most of all, you, Tiffany, who shows up for you every single day. Thank you, God. Confirmation and 10:44 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. I love when you constantly confirm my messages. 10:44, by the way, 44 is broken down, no matter how you look at it, to a master number, master builder number, I should say. And then also you have 448, and 1 is 9. That's endings, and we got the 0 in there, which is cyclic, which lets us know exactly what it is, right? Endings, new cycles. With the ending of every cycle begins the start of a new one, right? So, sorry, I'm just topping up my coffee while I'm at it. And I can get my lotion. I need about 5 more hands. I could have just set it down, but I really wanted to kill 2 birds, 1 stone. That is my life. So, pardon me while I get situated. And I don't want to shuffle my cards when I have this lotion. So hold on. And then, so yeah, we went up. That was the turmeric and honey mask. It was very simple to do. And as you can see, it doesn't damage your skin. It doesn't stain. And I have yet to see. It's day 15, but it seems like it may be helping with the wrinkles. We'll see. We'll see. And then, of course, I made this lotion. I stored in the fridge, but I made this lotion myself, and it was, again, with all natural things. It was not my recipe, but the next one I'm going to add my own stuff to the recipe because I like to do that. But so far, it has not hurt me, I do not believe. It feels really wonderful on my skin, and it's just another thing that I took time to create for myself. Thank you, Spirit. Just a reminder of the effort that I put in to something for myself because I am worth it. Can we go buy our own stuff? Absolutely. When you're a single mom, struggling financially, sometimes we can't. So we can make it, and that's okay. And there's no shame in that. We were put in a position where we couldn't afford a Christmas tree and stuff. Am I going to cry over it? No. Once I finish getting this off my hand, I'll show you. We found a way to rise above that and create such a wonderful activity for my daughter and I, and there's no shame at all. I'm so proud of this, and it's not done yet, and it may end up coming with us to wherever we end up at the end of this week. Who knows? But it's coming down, and it's coming with us, and we will finish it. I promise you that. This is our Christmas tree. If you put us in a position where we feel like we can't afford something, or I'm in a position where I can't, I'm not going to allow it to bother me or hurt me. We're going to find a way to rise above it and find the best possible solution. And anytime we get to do an activity, my daughter and I together, we truly recognize how much love we have for each other and turns everything into an adventure, which is, at the end of the day, what this life is, right? It's what you make of it. And if we allow people to pile down on us all the crap, then it's not an adventure anymore. It becomes a chore. This life and every single day we get to be in it is something to be grateful for, and it's something that at the end of the day, showing up with anger and anxiety and all those things, we really detract from all of the wonderful things that are being shown to us, and we tend to miss those things also because we're so focused on the negative. And when there's a million and one things that we can possibly be focused on that are so wonderful, and that will keep us, thank you, Spirit, will keep us in this energy of love and loving ourselves no matter what goes on. Good morning, Marlene. So we have, this one is the self-care. Sorry, I had to focus. Can we just have one or two I want to do some of these other messages today for sure, but I want one or two that we can focus on to truly look at ourselves and find ways that we can look inward and do the things that we do best, and that's loving ourselves. Welcome back. Let's go to Toronto flying. Oh, you leave for Mexico in the morning? Leaving to go to Toronto, flying out in the morning. Oh, you're leaving today to go to Toronto. That's fantastic. I hope you have a wonderful trip. Catch some sun and get a tan for me, girl, because I truly need to have a tan. I don't know what's going on for us, but I don't know where we'll be next week. But either way, God's not going to let us fall. So, yeah, wherever we're going to be is going to be for our best health and mental space. So that's all that matters at the end of the day. So the more one does and sees and feels, the more one is able to do. And the more genuine maybe one's appreciation of fundamental things like home and love and understanding companionship. Amelia Earhart. Thank you, Spirit. Reflect on ways in which you have opened your heart to seeing, feeling, and experiencing more joy in life. What ways can you open your heart that you haven't yet considered? And that's what it's all about, right? We're always trying to find more ways where we can open our heart to all the possibilities, but also see all of the good things going around, where we can, no matter what's going on in our life, we can celebrate wins for other people without jealousy or contempt in our heart. We can look at what's going on and say, good for you. I'm so happy that you get to do these things, no matter what happens in our life, right? Because that just means that it's possible for us too. So we just have to keep moving towards that, and look at all the ways that we can. But it starts with us showing up for ourselves. And once we can recognize that, we can truly make change within ourselves and bring that inner peace. Once we find that inner peace, we can start focusing it out, and it will start projecting back to us, because we're projecting it onto everybody that comes into our vicinity in one way, shape, or form. So, good morning, Shelley. To be a good parent, you need to take care of yourself so that you can have the physical and emotional energy to take care of your family. And that's Michelle Obama. If you are a parent to a child or a pet, what are your favorite ways to take care of yourself? How can you ensure that you have time for these each day? And that's kind of what I'm doing here. How are you? I hope all's well. And that's what I'm doing, showing up here. One, I'm showing up for myself. So this helps me to be accountable, because we're creating habits. We're creating self-love habits and little ways that we can show up for ourselves in these moments, no matter what chaos is going on around us. So when I show up here, I'm accountable to myself, which means I'm going to create the habit, because we have the 21 days. Not yet, but we're almost there. But it doesn't matter what happens in this world. As long as I have the ability to show up, I have an internet connection, if I have my phone, I'm going to show up, because I'm showing up for myself and I'm showing up for you. So, and I'm grateful and I'm very proud about that, because I went through my whole life with people not showing up for me, when I didn't realize that I could show up for me, which is the most weird thing to not know. But when you come from a place where it's very narcissistic and very lack mindset, which is the filter that they learn from. So there's no judgment whatsoever. They only know what they know. And what can you do, right? You can only do the best for yourself along the way. And when you learn you can do better, then you try as much as you can to do better. And you don't have to be perfect. You just have to try every day. And that's what I'm doing. And that's what I hope to show people along the way that is possible. The concept of self-care, thank you, Spirit, self-care relates to small rituals that can restore feelings of well-being that you may have neglected when dealing with life's tribulations. Amy Lee Mercury. And that's exactly what I'm speaking on. No matter what happens, no matter what point of the day, that we can allow the chaos to overcome us and dwell on that and focus on all the negative, or we can come back to ourselves and recognize that we're here, we're ready to overcome it, and we will find a way, and we're going to learn from the lessons that we've already acquired along the way. But it starts with learning for ourselves. It starts with focusing on ourselves and recognizing that we love ourselves just as much as the universe and God and our spirit team loves us, right? Take that hug every single day from the angels at 10:55 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. Take that hug from your ancestors, from God, from your angels, and truly allow yourself to feel it and enjoy that, and feel what true love, truly unconditional love is, and then start giving it to yourself. Take that love and feed it back to yourself so you can project it out. Choose a daily ritual to practice self-care each day. Thank you, Spirit, which is what I'm doing, and I show here. This has become my ritual, including reading my cards and just speaking on it. And if that's what it takes to help somebody else find the way, that's what it takes for me to be accountable to do it. So I'm okay with that. And if I help people along the way, then my life is something I can be proud of. Hope, good morning. Yep, still morning. So choose a daily ritual to practice self-care each day. Why did you choose this ritual? What does it bring to your life? And like I said, what the face mask and the lotion, I chose this one because it's simple. Welcome back, Olivia. It's simple. It didn't cost me anything. I had it in my cupboard already. It was something that I could mix together, and for those few minutes, yes, I'm on here talking about it, but for those few minutes a day, I can pretend I'm at a spa. I can pretend I'm on a sandy beach somewhere in the sun with an umbrella drink. I can just imagine all the things that I could be, right? Or where I want to be, because sometimes we don't even know what we want because we're so caught up in all the other shit. But when we quiet our mind and we start loving ourselves and taking those moments to dream and imagine where we would be or what we would want to be, thank you, Spirit. If nobody else had the control but us, if we had everything at our fingertips, what would we choose? And we allow our minds to wander, and that's when we get curious and we start asking questions, and that's when we start noticing all these things we want for ourselves. And when you start noticing, then you can start manifesting, and then you can start speaking it into the universe. This is what I want for me. This is what I would love. And then we can start aligning ourselves with it. And when we start asking for it and aligning ourselves with it and being grateful and loving ourselves, truly loving ourselves, the universe don't put expectations on it. You just tell them what you want, so and act like it's coming, and know it's coming, and know they're sending it to you. And don't look for how it's going to come. Just understand that it's coming, and thank you, Spirit, and trust. Trust and faith are truly the dollars on this, right? That is the funds, that is the currency, and the only way to do that is to start loving ourselves so that we can trust our intuition and trust our inner guidance, so that when the universe opens up these opportunities for us and shows us the way, we can trust ourselves enough to follow that path, right? Take the leap, even when it's scary. Trust me, I've been doing that this entire time, and so far I haven't died. So far I'm still here, and so far I feel like I'm getting happier and stronger every day. I'm definitely becoming more grounded every day and less fearful of any of the shit they send my way, which truly I'm grateful for every day. Good morning, Kenzie. Give me 1 second. I gotta grab my charger, I think. Oh. Yeah, give me just 1 second. Let me grab this one. And I think I have to run back upstairs because I forgot all my stuff. So I guess we're getting a little extra exercise this morning, which is it can never hurt anybody. So give me 1 second. All right. So yeah, part of this is just learning the experiences and sharing them along the way. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. The next time I will be a little more prepared. Let me see if I can plug this in. And every little movement we do changes the energy also, so it helps us transmute. Even if it's running up and down the stairs, even if it's changing the thought process, even if it's being open to new suggestions and new ways and stay or new little ideas to create for those. Let me see. I'm just trying to show some of the things that I make, and I just do them because I love myself, and I think that these are little gifts that I like to give people that I encounter. Things that, I make with what I have available to me, and I could probably sell them 11:01 on the clock, and maybe someday I will. But at this point, it's about the gift, and it's about letting somebody know that it's so easy to find ways to be grateful and show that gratitude in every way we move and how we treat others. It truly is a hard thing to do if you don't take the moment to love yourself. So if we have to start in the smallest places, the littlest things, that's what we're going to do, right? At the end of the day, we're showing up for ourselves. No matter how we accomplish this, we're showing up for ourselves. Starseer on the deck, on the bottom of the deck. And that means something, okay? That means that when we look inward, we start to really, truly connect. Thank you, Spirit. And once we connect with self, then we're allowing the universe to show us all of the ways, which is the future, the past, the present, all of those things happening all at once. And we can truly see, really truly see what they're trying to show us. And when they show us a different perspective or how it would play out if we made a different decision, then we're allowing them to guide us, and then we can make the choice moving forward to what is our best good, which is pretty big, and it's pretty exciting if you ask me, because once you know that there's another way, of course we're gonna open our eyes and hearts to the possibility of another way and manifest it in, especially if it's best for our best good, right? And the universe is constantly doing that for us. All we have to do is be open to it and get centered and learn to love ourselves and trust ourselves. And that's okay. She of the Lotus. We got a new one today. I love that. And the Aces. Oh, they're beautiful. Do you want any more to come out? Is that one? Hi, heart chakra. Okay. Yeah, I think 3 is a good number. And luminescence at the bottom. Look at that's just beautiful. And that's when we start to become aligned. And when they call it, I guess, our God force, our energy becomes so strong and so good that it just literally exudes from us. And people that surround us, people that show up even for small moments, truly get to take a piece of this and feel that absolute love coming through for us. And that's just such a wonderful gift that I can share with everybody. And the universe is showing you how to share with yourself, and then the universe, all the people that you come in contact with. So it's completely and absolutely possible. And the more we start looking inward and focusing on ourselves and filling our own cup, it just happens. Like, this becomes something that we don't think about. It just happens that we are truly filling up everybody else's cups, and helping them heal in ways that they don't even know until they're already healing. And that's truly the goal. So 6, high heart chakra. I like that there's the heart chakra and then high heart chakra, ecstatic bliss, 37. So I read these because truly look at the artwork and the love and the care that have been put into these cards. Absolutely, they're beautiful, and the thoughts and the ideas that come behind these cards absolutely deserve the respect, I believe. And the deck is, these are oracle cards. A friend actually suggested them to me and showed them, and I just love them so much. It's by Izzy Ivy. I just like to put them on there because with something so beautiful, with that much care and that much love that was put into this, truly, it deserves respect. So, and I am in awe every single time I get to see a new one and really see it for what it is. So this one is high heart chakra, ecstatic bliss, divine love, selflessness, spiritual compassion, oneness through heart-centered bliss, healing, gratitude, giving love, dharma, patience, and joy. Now, this card taps into the blissful oneness we feel as we drop away our edges and protective containers. This is the place where we feel held and seen enough to flow into oneness, where the eternal part of me meets the eternal part of you. This is the selfless state where our higher selves commune for illuminated perspective on how we share, gift, and lift others into our joyful overflow. Thank you, Spirit, for confirmation. So, restore. Consider your life purpose by exploring what allows you to give and joy. When we show up just like this, like I said, I don't ask for likes and shares and all of those things, because I'm giving. I'm giving no matter what happens, no matter what people give back or don't give back. I'm giving from a place of overflow and joy. And I'm giving with no expectation. I don't expect anything from anyone. And I'm grateful if I help anybody along the way, just even a little bit. So, and Spirit lets me know all the time that I'm getting the message out and people are hearing what needs to be heard, even if it's in small amounts. Thank you, Spirit. So, that's all I can ever ask. And Spirit, make sure that happens. Not me, not you. Spirit, make sure. Those who show up that needed that little message, they're going to get it. And that's why I'm here, for myself. And for those I'm planting the little seeds on, we're going to water them every single day, and something good is going to come of it. So, the themes, the ways you can bring joy to yourself and others. And at the end of this good habit, there'll be another one because I'm going to show up. Might take a couple of days so I can rest and restore, and also find ways that are working for me and something that I really want to learn. Welcome back, Olivia. And the healing position, the thymus gland behind your sternum and a little above the heart. And the color wash is iridescent pink. And I love that one because I actually didn't know that there was one there. And that might be always when I'm out of whack. That might be why my back hurts right where it does when it does. So I'm definitely going to have to look into that because I love that. And this ether one is a chakra one too, I think. It is, could be wrong. No, it is. So That's this one. And if you look, welcome back, Marilyn. Like these cards just blow my mind. The artwork is so beautiful. And as you see, it's like this is the ether, but yeah, you have as above, so below, right? And it's the mirroring. It is the that center where everything is the 0 point, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. This is, when we come back to ourselves and really focus on ourselves and our gratitude and all of the things, that's when we come from the 0 point and we allow all of the love and all the wonderful things to not only enter in, we can receive it, but we project it out, and in turn we mirror it back to ourselves, and we just keep our cup being filled. I'm going to read the card, but that's just, these are the things that I get when I see such beautiful artwork. Thank you, Spirit. So the seamless unspeakable. 0 point field, the void. I love when you confirm what I think and feel. 11:10 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. Blank canvas, threshold. Anything is possible. Time to choose what you want to bring into your life. Endless possibilities, limitlessness, and paradox. Welcome back, Marilyn. This illuminated space of no distraction and pure potential is beyond the threshold. It is the silent, meditative moment out of time, the centered and present place beyond the hustle of the mind and outside world. It is where all dreams are birthed, and it is the light we may fear to be darkness when just for one moment everything ceases to exist. This is the place between worlds, the womb before we incarnate, and from here we can choose where we go. The land has been tilled in readiness for the flowers we wish to seed. Outdated doors have been closed, and the space between the breaths we open the new ones. What may be perceived as endless, black nothingness is actually the illuminated eternal, the core that all our fears may be peeled back to. When we step through the darkness and we realize it is only a short distance away from the white void at the center of creation and heaven. Herein lies the feeling that we may have been striving our whole life to meet, yet simultaneously, subconsciously running from. In this place of graceful surrender, we may know we are held and allow ourselves the spaciousness to drop deeper into the experience of our existence. 11:11 on the clock. I love that so much, and that's obviously new beginnings. Ascended Master numbers, we're creating our new beginnings, and in our new beginnings, we create a stronger foundation, which is the 4, our stable foundation and stability. And once we recognize that the stability is in ourselves and we create it within ourselves, we exude that out, and it doesn't matter what chaos goes around outside of us. Our stable foundation is truly where we begin. Thank you, Spirit. And when we come from that place, that point, and we begin from here each and every day, everything is possible. Every task that comes our way, every point of chaos, is possible to overcome as long as we can come back to that point where our most stable foundation is, and it's right here within us. And if we open ourselves to it, to see it, to recognize it, to trust it, and to trust the information coming from it, that's when Spirit, the universe, God, all of our team, all of the wonderful, amazing things out there that are sharing the stories and the history and our past, present, future with us, they show us all the ways which we can overcome anything coming our way. Truly, once we can trust that, we can overcome anything. Thank you, Spirit. So, too elusive and mysterious to define, a knowing without words, the space in between, and of course, life force energy. And then we pulled the She of the Lotus. Like these, like the dream to be an artist is phenomenal. Is so impressive. you could do nothing but respect something this beautiful, right? So I'm going to read this, and obviously, this is to me what I feel from this is like the unfolding, right? The peeling back the layers and really truly coming back to our authentic self. And how do we do that? You know, we just start looking deeper and deeper, and every single day I find a new thing about myself to be proud of and love about myself and really understand about myself. Thank you, Spirit, that I never knew existed. And I never knew it existed because I wasn't allowed or I was shamed into not having those moments for myself. But now I know. And now that I know, every single day I'm looking deeper and deeper. And every lesson I learn, I just I peel back another layer and show myself truly who I am. And eventually show the world too. Thank you, Spirit. So what I'm doing here is so much bigger. Even no matter how many people show up, it's so much bigger for myself alone, and for those who eventually follow me and take these messages. It's so much bigger than even I can comprehend. And that fills my heart every single day. I'm gonna read this, but I just really like to sometimes take the moment and give what I'm feeling from artwork like this. They put that much effort into it. Yes, I deserve the respect needs to be given to read the words, but also showing the perspective that it shows me and what I get to feel in my heart is something truly. I think that any artist would love to hear, truly. Okay, so She of the Lotus, 43. I'm learning how to count today, so we have to be patient with me. Oh, this is long. This is going to be a long one, so, but that's okay. I have a feeling that it's going to be speaking quite a bit on what I was just saying. So I'm going to take a little sip of my coffee first. Okay. Ooh, shadow work. My favorite. Shadow work. Addressing dissonance. Seeing downfalls as the flip side of superpowers. Loving yourself back to wholeness. The beautiful lotus that grows from murky waters. Disempowering triggers. Bringing light into your dark corners. Welcome, JTB. Welcome back, I should say. Originally, the title for this oracle deck was going to be The Language of Light. It was not actualized in that incarnation as other layers of meaning needed to be honored. Thank you, Spirit. The fuller spectrum I was guided to bring through also included the shadow. In hindsight, choosing to deepen the message of balance that the Lemurians were bringing forth through this work meant I had to experience my shadow. My shadow encounters brought light into nooks I didn't know I had. If there's a way to fast track your growth, it is by being real with the shadowy or unloved parts of ourselves. There was a time when the concepts of shadow work and self love seemed relevant, but I was vague as to what they really meant. Welcome, Ponchos, and just reading this. I'm reading the message to go with the Oracle deck here. This card, She of the Lotus. It's beautiful, and it speaks of the shadow work and finding self and loving self, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I like to say, yeah. So I knew the next part of my journey was exploring them, but how that would happen was quite mystifying. The shadow and self love are big topics to unpack, and unraveling them took me on quite an adventure. Unfortunately, I thought shadow work was about digging up as many issues as possible, and that being present with them meant wallowing in them. Without tools, thank you, Spirit. I think that's a misconception that happens a lot. So that ding called me to speak on it for a moment here. It's not about wallowing in them. It's about or bringing up as many issues. It's about understanding your triggers, understanding why things trigger you, being able to sit with them for the moment and validate your own feelings and your own behaviors, because at some point in time they were probably something that helped you survive. Does that mean we need to bring them with us? No. Does it mean that sometimes these are core parts of us that I don't want to say don't change, but when they're triggered, um, it's a safety mechanism a lot of times, and when we recognize that and validate that and sit with that, we learn how to change them or adjust our behaviors, so that we don't have to bring them into light. But when we acknowledge them and we validate them for ourselves, we give ourselves the power to see them and behave differently, make those choices to behave differently, um, and love ourselves, even knowing the darkness, that the abilities that we have, we can all do crazy things. Thank you, Spirit. We can all choose good or bad behaviors, right? We can all be pushed to a point where we're forced into a more, I want to say, carnal way of living, where we have to fight or defend, and sometimes brought actually where we have to physically defend ourselves. Um, and it's a shitty place. And if that happens, understanding that it was out of necessity and forgiving yourself, but also understanding that part and being able to validate it. And once you understand it and love yourself through it, you also learn how to find different ways to overcome it or be able to make a different choice, to see outside the box in the next time, if there is a next time that these situations arise, right? So when you bring light to them, you love yourself through them. There's always another perspective and another way. Sometimes you just have to be able to sit outside or sit with it and observe it and validate it, so you can see the next or the higher perspective or the other path that leads you out in a much better place for you and those around you, right? 11:21 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. That's where that unending well of strength comes in. And that's where what that means. We create our own balance, and our new beginnings full of balance, with our ascended masters. And each time we pass a level and get to a new beginning, we are mastering our own life and our own ability to create these new beginnings for ourselves. So we really need to take some pride in that. And yes, pride is okay, to a certain extent, when it stops you from learning the lesson. Or 11:22 on the clock. More master numbers. We're just mastering our lives around here, and that's what we want. So becoming masters of our own self allows us to help others along the way, but it also allows us to connect and really truly understand what we're trying to accomplish in our lives, right? So, okay. And I'm still a little sick. It's the cold weather. It is what it is. So I apologize for the sniffles along the way. Sorry, I found myself drowning deeper in the upset of it all, and creating more of it in the process. Let me go back one more sentence, because without tools for expanded awareness, I found myself drowning deeper in the upset of it all and creating more of it in the process. My journey for clarity took me to Cambodia, where I met and mastered the art of perspective and indirectly finding growth points in a way that spoke to my being rather than my mind. That sparked a 3-month journey into the farthest reaches of myself. I realized I had a lot of unlearning and self-acceptance to do. The years of trying to be the best that I could be created constructs in my self-identity. My striving wasn't as healthy as I thought. By discarding traits that seemed ugly or hindering, I was also rejecting sides of myself that were quite wonderful. They were two sides of the coin, and equally they were part of my true nature. When we discard any part of ourselves, we are throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Often our greatest strengths are our greatest weaknesses, and vice versa. When we reject or deny parts of ourselves, we end up feeling hollow, lost, and detached. When we take them out of the trash and work with them through compassion, gentleness, honesty, and non judgment, we can shine a light on those shadows and see them for what they are. Incredibly, my perceived weaknesses vanished as I peeled the layers further and further back to explore the past experiences that accompanied them. Accepting the shadows enough to bring them into the daylight was usually all it took for them to dissipate. Their power dissolved, and I could see them for what they were, or rather were not. Thank you, Spirit. Paradoxically, self-love is a catalyst for transformation. Alchemizing painful triggers is an opportunity for awareness that helps us reclaim more of ourselves. As the dense spaces begin to evaporate, we can be filled with more light, more love, and we create an upward healing spiral. I have come to learn that shadow work and self-love are practices to implement on a day-to-day basis. When we merge this awareness with moment-to-moment consciousness, densities don't even get a chance to form. We can then live and love even bigger. And this is true freedom, self-empowerment, and where authentic love and light can radiate. A true light bringer shines light in all the corners so shadows can be acknowledged and released. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that, and I'm still learning that in every step of the way. As I find my triggers and recognize them, which, by the way, it gets easier to recognize them and see them as they're trying to form or before they even form, which is pretty exciting because once you can see them and recognize them, you can adjust, change, acknowledge, validate them, and have them go away, which is pretty amazing. Good morning, Hugo. So, take a look at any unconscious patterns that may be running you. Are there elements of yourself you need to take out of the trash, dust off, and reabsorb? Shadows can be painful or tender to the touch. Sensitivity in an area can be a trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our darker, forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. Accepting our shadows is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness in self-love. Peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear and bring them into the daylight. Under a loving and compassionate light, they will resolve and reassimilate so you can re-engage with your superpowers. That's right. And when you allow somebody to try and shame you for the things, most times if they're trying to shame you for them, they're just upset that they don't know how to find their superpowers yet, and they're projecting that onto you. And don't allow that. There was a long time where my ability to love unconditionally and give without expectation was always tainted or turned into something dirty, or they found a way to throw shade at it, and I would take that, of course, and absorb that and take it. I didn't know how to transmute it then. I would take it personally, and it would just hurt me to my soul, and I didn't know how to overcome that or adjust for that. So I would stop doing it, or I would do it less because I was afraid I was going to get beat up mentally, sometimes even physically, when I did that. So, and then of course I felt I had to defend myself. And the one thing is, we don't have to explain ourselves to anybody. And once we learn that and stand firm in that, then nobody can stop us, really. If they want to throw shade or turn something into whatever they've decided it is, that's their opinion, and that's not my business. I don't care who thinks what about me anymore. I know what I think about me. I know what God thinks about me. I know what my angels and my spirit team and the universe thinks about me. And they're the only reason to this day that I'm still alive. Thank you, Spirit. I have survived more trauma, physical, mental, I've survived more things than most people on the planet could even fathom, and I've discussed some of them. You can go back and look in my stories and some of the things that I've discussed, and that's only just small portions of it. I'm not about to cry a river because they made me. Thank you, Spirit. They made me exactly who I am, and I am so proud of who I am. Mirror, look at that. That's the other thing. Everyone we encounter is a mirror, a reflection of ourselves, our inner self, right? What a great message to start with. So when we take that time to look inward and make sure our insides are good and at peace and centered, obviously we reflect that out, and that's how it comes back to us, because now those negative things are getting harder to project their shit onto us because our vibration is so high that we're not allowing them to drag us down or kick us down or weigh us down with their negativity and their projections of how they feel that we should be or we're allowed to be or what level they've decided is okay for us. None of that matters, right? Because now we're happy and we're centered and we're content and still learning. We're always still learning, but we're content with who we are in this moment. And when we do that, we project out to us that same happiness, joy, and love. And when we do that, we start encountering people that have that same experience. Thank you, Spirit. And we start meeting and encountering people that are going to mirror that back to us. And when they mirror it back to us, they just help us fill and overflow our cup. And then anybody in the surrounding area, anyone that encounters us in any way, shape, or form, has no choice but to feel the love exuding off of us. And because the love for self, when we fill it up, first and foremost, thank you, Spirit, it overflows, and it just happens that the overflow spills out, and it's going to touch all those people that we encounter in our life, whether we wanted to or not. And what they do with it is their business, not ours, right? We're giving with no expectation. 11:31 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. Self-expression. Mastering our self-expression and our new beginnings. Thank you. And then 6 is our harmony and spirituality and coming back to ourselves and remembering that even with the practicality of making those steps and creating these I want to say schedules, time management, that kind of thing, creating better life habits and better things for self, then we're mastering thank you, Spirit, we're mastering our own selves and our own lives and what we need to share with ourselves, what we need to create to do better for ourselves, what we are doing better for ourselves, and we get to have victory and celebrate, which six of wands usually in the tarot is victory, right? And that would be our celebration and overcoming all of these things that people try to stop us with. Thank you, Spirit. So all of these things happen when we it all starts with self-love, and it all starts with self-care and coming back to self, no matter what it takes. 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever we can put aside. And even if we take it with so slow and start with 2 minutes and then the next day 3 minutes or whatever, eventually we're gonna 11:33 on the clock. Spirit, thank you so much. That's 8, which is karma, good and bad, which is abundance. Abundance, and it doesn't always have to be financially. Even in the midst of everything going on in my life, do I have a penny to my name? No. Do I have everything that I need in this moment? Absolutely. I have all of the food that I could possibly eat in a day. I have a warm roof over my head. I have the ability to look and expand and find a place where I can find my peace no matter what. So no matter what happens in these situations, there's always new opportunities and new paths opening up for me to show me that just how much the universe and God loves me, and how important it is for me to share these messages, and how they're going to make a way no matter what, so that I can do it and I can share this love with myself first and then share it out with everyone else. Yeah, I think that's the end of that message. Thank you, Spirit. And what do we have? Okay, I'm not gonna leap. Deep replenishment and unbound. I love these so much. And then we have Pleiades at the bottom of the deck, which is double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. And that's right. The first part of my mission, obviously, is to heal myself and learn self-love and to live in peace and happiness no matter what comes my way. But also, part of my job is to help change the world and help bring this new world of peace and love into existence. Good morning, Anthony. It's probably good afternoon there, but I hope you're feeling better. But yeah, it's just my job is to live in peace and love truly. Yeah, that's why I said it. I was probably afternoon there. But yeah, it's just one of the things, creating that peace and love and that place of stability for ourselves is just going to bleed out into the entire world, right? And all right, I want to do these. Yeah, the double mission is I'm sharing with myself and in turn helping the world, whether it's one person at a time, even small amounts, planting the seeds and watering them. They share it along the way. It is 11:30 here. Okay, so we got leap. You go first, and the universe will catch you. And that's what I'm talking about. When you come from that. No, it should be 3 hours. I think it's 3 hours. Where are you at in Ontario? I think it should be like 8:30 there. Oh no, I'm other way. Should be like 2:30 or something there. Oh, St. Catharines. Yeah, you might be. Where's St. Catharines? I forget. That's up north, eh? Yeah. So what it's saying is sometimes we have to take the leap and show up for ourselves. And when we do that, yeah, 2:30. Oh, yeah, so 4 hours? No, 11, 12. Yeah, 3 hours. Oh, Niagara Falls, yes. Yeah, I don't know. My brain's fried. And remember, I'm directionally challenged sometimes. Yes, I know, Spirit. Thanks for confirming that. Anyways, we take the leap, and the universe is going to catch us. They're not going to allow us to fall. They're going to show us exactly when we do that, and we step out in faith, not fear. Just how much they can stand for us, and they show up for us in so many miraculous ways that we can't even comprehend it. But when we start looking at all the ways we succeed and all of the ways we can overcome these things, like look at all the things going on. But for 2 days, I've had 2 days of complete peace. I did my legwork on this eviction notice and all of the things they're doing. I 100% gave my all. So for 2 days, I've had complete peace. And no, it's not over. Thank you, Spirit. But the universe said, you're not going to interrupt any more of her peace for this week. Maybe tomorrow because it's Friday, and that's okay. But for these 2 days, I got to have absolute peace and joy and spend time with my daughter, and that's all that matters. So they knew I needed some time to recuperate and not take that energy that they kept trying to project down my throat. because it's not my burden, it's not my problem. I did everything on my end to be fair and compromising and willing to work with them. They made those decisions to not want to do that, so it's not up to me anymore. It's up to the court and it's up to God in the universe. So thank you, and I know that at the end of the day I can walk away with integrity and know that I did my best and I did the right thing, and that's all that I can do. Good. Oh, Stephanie. Hi, Steph. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Um, I hope there's a message in here for you, and I hope all is going well. Sexy rocker. I love it. And 8. I see the 8. I don't really know what that means. That's something on. This is a TikTok thing, but 8 is my lucky number. So. Life bends for the courageous. The universe wants to support you, but first you need to leap, to throw your life up in the air. Perhaps you know what you're being called to leap toward or away from, but are scared to make the move. Or maybe perhaps you're waiting for a big fat sign or instruction manual or permission to do so first. If this is you, then this card is your sign and permission slip to take the deep breath and leap into the unknown. It's scary to let go of all that we know and hope for something new. And it's normal to feel anxious at the thought of letting go of what we know for sure. But this is the unavoidable process of rising. And right now, this is how you're being called to live. Nature is constantly showing us how to live with courage. Fall comes every year and encourages the trees to loosen their grip, to allow what was once so full of life to fall away, leaf by leaf. For a moment, it feels like nothing will grow again. The branches are left bare without the comfort of what once was, but in the morn of spring, new shoots begin to appear, and something new is born that is even more glorious than before. And then the action to go with this card is you go first. Take a good run up and leap. And the universe is going to show you the way. 11:41 on the clock. Again, new beginnings, stable foundations, master builder number 11, which we're creating our own new beginnings and our own stability. And then 4 and 3 is 7, which is just spirituality, going inward, looking to ourselves and being open to spirit, listening to what they have to come your way. And then also 7 is just lucky, good omen, and such a wonderful thing. Good luck just finds you, right? When you're doing all of those things, it will find you, it will come your way, and it will show you just how much the universe loves when you're in this mode of self-love and gratitude, and giving with no expectation of anything in return. It's so important. And it shows the universe your commitment to self and to others and to being obedient and doing exactly what they have asked you to do, right? So um, I'm in my purpose. I have many things going on in my purpose, and it just leads me deeper into my purpose and how I can help others along the way, including helping myself. And as I learn that, I just do so much better, and I'm open to all of the other things they're trying to show me. So it's pretty exciting. Let me see, 64. I'll pull up the card in a sec. I just have to find the number because these messages they want me to get out, and somebody needs to hear them. Retreat, rest, and be held. Deep replenishment. It speaks for itself. We have to fill our cups. If we're running on empty, take that time for yourself. Fill your damn cup. Stop running on empty. Stop letting people expect from you, project their expectations, or do any of those things. Fill your cup first. So anything that you do give from that point, you're giving with no expectation, and it doesn't deplete you. You know, you're constantly just giving from the overflow, and it's so important to do that. So the most selfless thing you can do is fill up your own inner well. I was just talking about it. When we are running around half filled, we subconsciously look to things and people around us to give us the nourishment and nurturing that we so deeply crave. Nothing can grow in barren lands. You are no good to anyone if you're running on empty. The feminine is bountiful, fertile, and rich. Tend to your own well and watch as the amount you have to give multiplies. If your inner well isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is thank you, Spirit. 11:44 on the clock to confirmation, truly confirmation. This is our body's instinctive way of reaching for the grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing ourselves. What nourishes you? What refuels your body? What is the nectar for your soul? What brings you back to life? And what is your secret medicine? What makes you feel abundant and fertile, overspilling with life? These are questions we all need to look into and think on and focus on. And that's how we start filling our own cup. And that's where we start with self love, whether it's a face mask or some lotion or doing our creative projects or uh, drawing or coloring little coasters. It doesn't matter what it is. It's those moments that we set aside for ourselves where we don't where we're present. We're in the here and now and not worrying about the past, present, or future and not allowing it to overcome us. That's where we truly start. It doesn't matter what it is, but and being grateful. Totally being grateful and open. So okay, it may be gardening, arranging flowers, getting a massage, using luxurious essential oils, snuggling up on the couch, hiking, sipping a good coffee at your favorite cafe, attending a women's circle, reading about sacred sites. Thank you, Spirit. Spontaneous bike rides, walking along the beach, or yin yoga. What nourishes you is your medicine. When you give yourself the medicine that you need to be nourished, you nourish all those around you, for there is more than enough to go around. So do something that deeply replenishes you today. Um, and it doesn't matter who thinks of what it is. Do what replenishes you. Do what you love. Go like snuggle in your bed and watch a movie or have that bubble bath that's spilling over out of the tub with bubbles. Doesn't matter. Do what makes you happy. Um, Even if we can't always afford to do like maybe I can't have a spa day, but I show up here every day and I make my face mask and I put on my lotion and I treat myself, and I found a way to do it with low cost. But in those moments, I truly get to love myself and I get to show those people that show up how easy it can be to take those moments to allow ourselves to know just how much we're loved and to love ourselves. Welcome back, Marnie Lynn. And I'm bound. 108. I'm learning how to count today. There it is. Okay, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. It's time to release old soul stories, thank you, Spirit, that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Welcome, Moses and Biaz, or Biaz. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is a life which you free yourself from trauma of lives past. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. And then the activation or affirmation that goes with this is I release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. Thank you, Spirit. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, forever unbound. And that's something that we can speak into existence and take that power away from all these old stories and old patterns that they have been trying to create in our minds, and through media, through commercials and movies and magazines and all of the things. Like, it's not just one thing, it's all of the things, and there's so much programming when we to release that and let it go and unprogram ourselves and reprogram ourselves with better things takes a lot of effort. Truly it does, but it's worth it in every way, shape, or form. But sometimes even that a lot of effort can start with just the smallest of things. That 5 minutes we take to care for ourselves and let ourselves know that we're loved. Give me 1 second. I just want to top up my coffee. And I will try to speak up so you can hear me along the way, but I have to add some coffee because I need a little coffee in my life. But yeah, all of these things, we are the creators of our own existence, our own plans, our own future, right? We learn from the past, and we use that to create a better future, and it all starts when we start going within. That's so good. And still the sniffles I'm driving my own self crazy with that. Okay. Now let's see. What do we have for the Starseed Oracle today? I love these things. Okay. You're not for everyone. Yep, that's okay. Surrender to the sweetness. What do we have on the bottom of the deck? Double mission. And again, still, that was on the bottom of the other deck. So, truly, that's just confirmation. 11:51 on the clock. Which boils down to 8, our karma and our abundance. And, of course, strength, big changes to our new beginnings. Master Builder number 11. We're creating our new beginnings with our sheer strength and moving in, what do you call that, the releasing and going with the changes as they come, being adaptable, resilient, resourceful. Strength is not just one simple thing. It really is so many multiple things just rolled up into one characteristic. So thank you, Spirit. And when we start to learn that and understand that, we start to see our own strength for what it is. And in turn, we love that and we build on that. So, yeah, my double mission is obviously to love myself and experience all of the wonderful things the universe has for me, but also to share it with the world and create change one small little bit at a time. So thank you, Spirit. And of course, it's a beautiful card. And I'll shuffle one time to see if you have anything to add. Oh, okay, fair enough. And of course, the new earth came in. So the messages I'm sharing are definitely helping to bring in this new earth. So I'm going to read a couple of these, and I have a little extra time today. That's why I started a little early. Thank you, Spirit. So they want me to read some more because as people pop in and out, they're obviously getting their messages one little bit at a time, and I'm okay with that. And the time is here for myself, mostly, and then whoever shows up along the way, obviously I love to help. So let me see. And no. Oh yeah, that is there. Okay, so I'll do that one first because that's 30. 28, 29, 30. Okay. That's this one. It was the last one they spit out, but it's the closest one, so I'm going to read that one first. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Don't give up now. You're closer than you think. I know it's hard to hold the frequency of a new age when it feels as if so much is crumbling and so many are losing faith. This is your sign that you're facing the right direction. You have a great gift in being able to see the potential of things before they exist. Tend to the new seeds. Dream them into existence. Don't lose faith now and keep your focus fixed. Planting new seeds and bringing about a shift of the ages is no mean feat. It requires extreme trust and a radical vision. If you pull this card, it's a reminder to have faith. Thank you, Spirit. You chose to be here. You chose to be here to be a part of this global shift. Whether you're bringing it about through prayer and meditation or through working on a new project, job, or creation, keep going. It's happening. Don't give up now. The world needs more dreamers like you, more people with hope in their hearts. The road ahead may not be plain sailing. Ushering in a new age in times of change never is. You're being encouraged to remember, thank you, Spirit, that what you've been working toward for so long is almost here. Don't question yourself now. Don't waver. Dig your devotion deep, for if you do, in the not too distant future, you'll be able to sit back and watch all that you've so carefully planted and nurtured grow and bloom. 11:55 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. It's possible. Keep focusing on your dreams. You're closer than you think. And then, how can you keep holding the vision? And it's just showing up for yourself and dreaming. What would you do if no one was judging you, or if there was no restraint stopping you? What would you truly do? What gift do you have to give the world? And we all have one. It's just finding it, and that doesn't happen until we start looking inward and seeing ourselves for who we are and loving ourselves for who we are. And understanding that we're not for everyone, and that's okay. We're not here to save the entire world. We're here to help those along the way, and guess what? When we help them, they help others, and it's that pay it forward. That same simple concept: pay it forward and give what you can give with no expectation, and just understand that what we're doing, and when we give from that place of overflowing, we understand that it's being passed on and shared throughout the world. We're creating small ripples, and in turn, those people that the ripple effect is hitting are making their own ripples, and we're creating such drastic change with such a little amount of effort by just loving ourselves and then treating people the same way we want to be treated. That's literally, thank you, Spirit. That's exactly how we're accomplishing this. So, what's that? You're not for everyone. Give me a moment while I search for it. You're not for everyone. 132. Still the sniffles, though. I'm driving myself crazy with the sniffles. Okay. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. Thank you, Spirit. The world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you. But it's also filled with those who will love you fiercely. They are your people. You're not for everyone, and that's okay. Talk to the people who can hear you. Don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Don't try to convince them to walk alongside you. You'll be wasting both your time and theirs, and will likely inflict unnecessary wounds that will take precious time to heal. Thank you, Spirit. You're not for them, and they're not for you. Politely wave them on and continue on your way. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen it by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Keep facing your true north. Pulling this card means you're being called to embrace your uniqueness, to own your weirdness, and to let the world see who you really are. To reveal your multifaceted, multidimensional nature, thank you, Spirit. Not to dim your light according to who is in your presence. To own all parts of yourself so that your people, the ones who are the same kind of weird as you, can recognize you when your paths cross. Um, and then this is the thing, meditate on it, journal about it, ask yourself these questions, and just sit there and see what answers you come up with, right? Thank you, Spirit. How can you embrace your weirdness and not care so much about what other people think? Um, and it's such a good question to sit with, because that's when we start looking at ourselves and celebrating ourselves and owning ourselves and loving all that there is about ourselves. And it's such a wonderful thing when you start to do that. So what's the other one? Surrender to the sweetness. 112. Okay. All right, Spirit, I'm getting there. Be patient. Okay, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. And like, this is joy on earth. Look how beautiful that is. How could you not want to be somewhere like that, even for a small time in your life? Although I could just live there forever and be completely, truly full of joy. That's just my opinion. This is a sensual, highly feminine card. It's a call to surrender to the sweetness of life, to let the ever-abundant feminine take over, to taste the fruits you've been working so hard to grow, to let your senses take over and really drink in your life with wonder, to get intoxicated on the simple bounty that this planet has to offer, and which you have within you when your well is full. The ancient Babylonians connected the feminine goddess Ishtar to the planet Venus, and in Roman mythology, Venus was the goddess of love and beauty. In our night sky, aside from the moon, Venus shines the brightest. Time is our most precious resource, and it's the greatest healer. If you've been all work and no play, this is a sign to take some time out, to reconnect with your lover, play with your children, and give yourself the luxury of time without an agenda. Thank you, Spirit. 12:01 on the clock. Many of us are so busy building our lives that we forget to enjoy them. We forget why we decided to build them in the first place. Disconnection from the sweetness causes more pain than we realize. So many of us walk into soulless buildings 5 days a week in the name of survival. We strive to build the life of our dreams, but drive ourselves to exhaustion. This card is wooing you back to the pleasure of being human. To focusing on, thank you, Spirit, 12:01 on the clock. I love that so much. To focusing on what really matters and enjoying our incredible life. And then again, another starseed soul inquiry. Journal on it, meditate on it. Really ask yourself these questions, because you'd be surprised what answers intuitively come to you. And that's your soul crying out, saying, hear me, because this is the step. This is how we can move forward, and this is how this is what we're trying to do. Your soul is screaming for you to just listen, truly. How can you surrender to the sweetness of life? What's one way you can enjoy your life a little more? Small steps, baby steps. It doesn't matter. Take those moments, truly take those moments, and find what you're looking for and what love means to you, and the smallest of ways that you can find joy in your life. And you would be surprised at all the answers that actually come your way. I have tarot and stuff, and I can pull when there's more people that show up on more levels that kind of stick around for the readings. Then I can pull some general energy and stuff like that. But right now we're focusing on self-love, self-care, and things that we can help ourselves moving forward. So as people come in, especially when it gets closer to the end, if they come in asking questions or whatever, I'll do my best to help. If not, then I share my message as Spirit tells me to, and then I'm gonna go live my life and keep finding my ways forward too. Right? Learning to live my best life while I'm trying to help myself and show everyone along the way. Nothing yet is yet set in stone. Oh, I know. So we have these two. I'm not going to take the whole pile. I know you want to tell the whole story, but we're only going to... Nothing will come of the situation. Yes, I know. Nothing is yet set in stone, which is a mutable moon. The answers you need are coming. Nothing will come of the situation, and I understand that. It's only going to go so far, and no matter what happens, and emotions are running high, which usually means that the solution is coming forth. And usually it's coming better than what you would expect. I'll read a couple of these, but is there any more, or are we going to leave it there? One, two, three. Jessa, hi, welcome. Step out of your comfort zone. So someone definitely needed this message. And then a fiery climax approaches, right? That was the bottom of the deck. But we need to remember that no matter what, nothing's going to come of the situation. So even though they may try to instill fear or create a sense of not knowing where to go when we come back to ourselves, we need to understand that just because a fiery climax is approaching doesn't mean we have to step out of our character or show out or do anything but be ourselves. And when we understand and we trust that, then we know at the end of the day, one, we can walk away with integrity. Two, the climax isn't always about us. They have to overcome their own things and they have to figure out what they have going on. And sometimes it's just them having to be accountable. And we can only be accountable for ourselves. We can't be accountable for anybody but that. And at the end of the day, when these other places when you've been accountable for your part and they're accountable for their part, you can find compromise. Thank you, Spirit. If you so choose, if you both so choose. If they don't, then you're being accountable. If they're not, in one way, shape, or form, eventually they're going to have to be accountable, and that's not your business. You've done your part, and that's all that matters. And you have to walk away knowing that. Let it go and give it to the universe and understand that they will find a way. So, thank you, Spirit. Nothing is yet set in stone. What was that? The mutable moon. Sorry, I'm reading these as they come because I'm reading the ones they're wanting me to share because there's something that somebody needs to hear. So, mutable moon. Sorry, I'm slow today. And my nose is starting to drive me nuts already. 108. And because these are oracle cards, the message usually is such a good thing that comes with them. I like to read what they have because sometimes the message is something I need to hear just as much as you do. So, mutable is all about change, shape-shifting, even that something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing and there's room for maneuver. So take it as a sign that the situation you're talking about is far from finalized. If you're not happy with the current state of play, that's marvelous. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. However, there is also a sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. Others will struggle with the uncertainty, but should stay with it a little longer. Either way, nothing yet is set in stone. And then the attune to the moon. I know that the best will unfold for me. That's right. Once you give it to God and you've done all you can do, you just have to trust that no matter what happens in these situations, God's gonna make a way for you. And then additional meanings for this card. You're meandering towards your goal, and that's okay. Staying adaptable is the key to success for you now. Make sure you're not being led astray. Have you become distracted? Time to focus. Thank you, Spirit. Stay with it, whatever it means to you. And then in astrology, there are three so-called, quadruplicities. Cardinal, fixed, immutable. The mutable signs are Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. And when the moon is in one of these signs, you know there's going to be more flexibility in a situation. Anytime you pull this card, it suggests there's the opportunity to keep visualizing and affirming what you want, as there's still room for change. So think about what you want and enjoy the daydream. And then we have the answers you need are coming. And it's just about being open to the answers and listening to them. Full moon in Gemini. We love Gemini. 72. The answers you need are coming. This card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth, but remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message. Least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. As metaphysician Florence Scovel Shinn, hopefully I said that right, 1871 to 1940, put it, your word is your wand. You create magic and your own reality every time you express yourself. Thank you, Spirit. Attuned to the moon. Have an important conversation, but stay calm. And then additional meanings for the card. Don't be superficial. Someone is trying to flirt with you. Have you noticed? You need to laugh off the situation and just move on. And job applications have good prospects. That means there may be things that you need to let go of. There may be things that still need conversation and need some patience, which is okay. You just need to use your discernment and understand whatever it is, it's going to be shown to you in one way or the other. Do what you can and let the rest go. Talk, talk, and more talk as the emotional full moon moves into the communicative sign of Gemini. It's too easy to say too much, so mind how you go if you pull this card. This card can also indicate an enjoyable social event. Thank you, Spirit. Since the full moon in Gemini is a great time for socializing, this card also augurs well for any study you're either taking or considering. So yeah, if there's more for you to learn or there's things that you want to do, absolutely take those moments and focus on that and start manifesting that into your future. Start doing the research. 12:12 on the clock. Spirit, thank you. That's like all of these endings and moving into new beginnings. You're learning from experience. So when you go into your new cycles and all of these things, you're more balanced, you're more harmonized, you're more centered and grounded. So you're coming from a point of experience, right? So your new beginnings and the things that you're creating and building, your stability, your foundation, your chakras, aligning your systems and aligning yourself to the things you're manifesting into the world becomes so much easier because of the experiences that we learned. I love that it's 1.2K likes too at the same time. 12, 12, 12. Just so many 12s. Which is 333, which is 9, which is endings. Experience endings, which obviously with endings comes new beginnings. And we create those every time we go inward and learn the lessons, we move on to the bigger, better lessons, and that's pretty exciting. And then, of course, we got step out of your comfort zone. Sorry, and that is North Node. Oh, I love that one. 116. There it is. Okay, there's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow, because you're headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the things that scares you, within reason. This card is all about living your life purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction, to take action. So, are you willing to follow through and lead the life you incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? And then attuning to the moon with this card. Hi, Sheberry. Welcome. I know I'm headed in the right direction. And then the additional meanings for this card is you're headed for something which feels like destiny. You need to face a fear and get over it. Thank you, Spirit. Time to stop obsessing about someone or something. Stand on your own 2 feet. You've got this. And then the North Node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going north. It's a karmic point, and on the horoscope chart shows us what we need to do and where we need to go with our life to find satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness. The North Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us, to paraphrase Andre Gide, that in order to discover new oceans, we have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore. And then we have emotions are running high, which is supermoon, so I believe that's right here too. Right at the end, maybe? Right here, yeah. This card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking for is writ large like the silvery full moon set against the velvety night sky. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or a relationship, the answer is very. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up. But you may find there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that the opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day. So take action. And then attune to the moon. Success is close. I just must trust. And the additional meanings for this card are resolution to your question is closer than you may think. Don't ignore the obvious. Something exciting lies ahead. Thank you, Spirit. Make sure you don't blow events out of proportion. Speak to the goddess. Ask her for assistance. A supermoon is a new or full moon that takes place when the moon is at its closest point to the Earth during its monthly orbit, an event known as a perigee. If it's a full moon, the moon appears around 14% bigger at this time. The moon is known as the queen of emotions, and if you draw the supermoon card, regardless of when you do this, you can expect your feelings to be more highly charged. And then full moon in Aries, 68. A fiery climax approaches. What is it? 68, I think it said. Yep. It's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants. But you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created this situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of this too. When this card comes up, A peak is coming and it could be fiery. Attuned to the moon. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Being assertive is good. Just don't ride roughshod over anyone. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. Don't be a baby. Sorry, this could be the issue. Uh, you need to have more fun. Welcome, Els. The full moon in Aries is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's an excitement about what may lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments or decisions. No matter when you pull this card, it signals that the situation has just or is about to come to a peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you've been too competitive or too blunt. So it's just saying, think about what you're saying. Make sure that what you're speaking life into a situation, speaking positivity, and really trying to look at all sides of it. Because in times of mediation, it's not always just about what you want. It's about looking at all the sides of the story. Welcome back, Marnie Lynn. Which I really try to make a point to do. I try to look at all the sides, even when it hurts. Thank you, Spirit. And in that, I try to look at all the reasons and all the things. And then when it comes to a point where I know I don't have any other thing to add, or I can help, or I can't find another perspective, then it's time to just step out of the situation completely and move on, let it go with your own sense of peace, with your own sense of self, and loving yourself through however it is, right? I honor my self-worth by asking for what I want, right? That's self-explanatory. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves what we want first, because if we don't know what we want, it's a little harder to ask for it, right? So, a couple more. I like these ones. I love them. Thank you, Spirit. True story. Is that it for these ones? Yeah, you want me to do a couple of the other ones today? Okay. Alright, last ones. Okay. So, all is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. And that's by Louise Hay. And it's true. No matter what, 12:21 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. There's just so many ways that just corresponds with what I'm saying right now. And I'm going to stop saying all the meanings all the time of the angel numbers. And I just truly hope when you don't just take my word for it, you go and look them up yourself, so you can have a better understanding, because there sometimes is a message in there, thank you, Spirit, that you also need. So even if I describe it quickly or whatever, the message is for you to look up so you can see for yourself and feel for yourself, and start trusting yourself. And that's one way we can truly begin the self-love cycle. And it doesn't matter how it begins, it's that it begins. So yeah, that's what I'm just saying. These numbers, they very much confirm the things that I say, and Spirit knows that, so do these dings. But you can always go back. You can also look inward, but you can also put some research out and very much find that the things that I'm saying really, truly are factual, science-based, not just all spiritual. There's definitely mathematic and science books that and mental health and so many other things that back me, that are behind me when I speak of these things. It's not just one thing. And if you go back and you actually take the time to look into it, you would be surprised what you would learn, not only about yourself, but of the information that's out there when you learn to ask your own questions, right? So, thank you, Spirit. My greatest experience of freedom comes when I let go of what others think of me. And it's true. What you think of me is not my business. What is my business is what I think of me. And what God thinks of me. And when what God thinks of me and what I think of me align, then I am truly at my highest, best point in life. Is there a higher place? There's always a higher place. Thank you, Spirit. There always is. But that's for tomorrow or the next moment or the next level. In this moment, I'm celebrating this moment at my highest, best place and my closest place to God. That's what I'm celebrating, and the next level will come, and I will overcome that with joy and peace. Decade 7, welcome, and that's the goal, right? Thank you, Spirit. We're overcoming levels, and we're learning as we go, truly, but we're also learning to celebrate when we overcome and when we learn and grow in every level we surpass. Revel in the lesson, share the lesson, so it may help somebody along the way, and truly celebrate ourselves no matter what anybody thinks, because thank you, there's no comparison. I don't compete with you or with your neighbor or with anybody. I compete with myself every single day, and if I can just be a little bit better, learn something new, do a little bit better each and every day, then I am right on point. I'm right pointed north. I'm pointed towards my true north, and I'm focused on my purpose, and I'm heading my way there, and I am getting to my purpose, working in my purpose, and creating my purpose, extending it out as I go, which is pretty exciting. I am a light worker in disguise. I don't have to talk about it. I can just be it. That's right. I'm only on here talking about it because the Spirit is making me accountable, but also knows that I have the patience and the thick skin to not let people tear me down. They had 42 years, thank you, Spirit, to do that, and now it's my turn to do what I like, because their 42 years clearly didn't work, and it didn't take me out either, so it definitely didn't work. So now I'm trying a different way, and we all get to see how that way works, right? We're gonna see it, we're gonna witness it with my showing up. And like I said, transparency, thank you, Spirit, the good, the bad, the ugly. I have honored that through this whole process. You can see on my stories, the good, the bad, the ugly. I promised it, and you're gonna get it. I claim my desires. I hold great visions, and I am ready to receive. That's right. We can try all we want to manifest our visions and the things we want to create, but we can't do that if we're not open to receive. And we can't ever be open to receive when we're stuck in survival mode. And the best way to get out of survival mode is in gratitude and self-love. So even the smallest things are whatever it takes to get you in that moment where you love yourself and you're finding the good things about yourself and you're celebrating them and you're being grateful for them and you're recognizing that those are your strengths, thank you, Spirit, and you're using them to build more strengths and create a bigger space and more things that when they say jack of all trades but master of none, I'd rather be really, really good at 100 different things and be able to share experiences from them and help along the way than master just one. And if I'm going to master anything, I'm going to master self. Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to master my knowledge and my ability to trust in myself first and foremost. And when I come from that point of stability and that point of knowing in my life, then I absolutely can move forward fearlessly and empowered to know that no matter what situation comes my way, I'm going to come back to my grounded center, and I'm going to be able to find my way in a path that involves everybody's highest best good, not just mine, right? It's about not stepping on other people to find our way. Welcome back, Gypsy. Truly, it's about, finding the best and overcoming these negative things and things sometimes thrown our way, but uh, it doesn't matter how it comes our way. It's overcoming them positively. Thank you, Spirit. And everybody's highest good, not just ours, right? And when we do that and we're not keeping the cycle of negativity going, keeping these bad cycles going, we're creating new cycles of good, cycles that anybody can then join and add on to and create more good and more good and more good. And when those cycles get so big that they start surrounding people, the negativity has no choice but to fall away because they're being lifted out of it. Truly by our love and our ability to show up for ourselves and others in any ways that we can when we give with no expectation, right? Welcome, Hasna. It's safe to slow down, relax, and let go, right? It's not a race. There's no specific time. There is no timeline. We must all be healed by tomorrow. No. There's taking care of myself is a radical act of love, right? So many people don't understand that. I didn't for 42 years, part of 43 years. So when I tell you I come from a place of no judgment, and I don't care if you love me or you hate me, I'm going to, thank you, Spirit, I'm going to give the same message regardless. And I'm going to treat you with the same respect I would hope to be treated with everyone else, right? And along the way, no matter what happens, if I have to separate myself from you or create boundaries to protect myself, I will, but that doesn't mean that I'm still not praying for you or sending love and always forgiving, because what really matters in this world is being able to forgive, because it's for us, it's not for them. We don't let people live rent-free in our head. The only people that get to live rent-free in our head is the universe, God, and our spirit team. And it's not rent-free. They earn it every single day because they show up for us in so many ways we can't even begin to comprehend. That one. Use loving strength and discernment. Absolutely. That's what they've been teaching me along the way. And thank you, Spirit. And I didn't know for so long. I didn't understand what that was, right? Okay. It's time. Bottom of the deck. Take care of the little things. So true. The river of God has plenty of water. It provides a bountiful harvest of grain, for you have ordered it so. Psalms 65:9. And again, I said, truly, the Bible is a tool, and there's so many wonderful stories and wonderful ways to find light and joy and help us stay on our true path, right, towards our highest best self. That I'd love to put these out there because I truly believe in God. God has saved my life in so many times it's disgusting, really. I don't even know. I wouldn't be alive today without God. So I thank you, Spirit. I absolutely believe in God, and that's why I share that. But I also believe that everything, divination, doesn't matter what it is, the Bible, all of the stories, all of the things, they're tools. If it's man-made, it's fallible, okay? And you get you get out of it what you put into it. So if you're going in with bad intentions, and hi Isaiah, welcome. If you go in with bad intentions, then bad is going to come back to you. But if you're you're going in with good intentions and we're looking on all the wonderful things, then it doesn't matter what form of divination, whether it's meditation, automatic writing, tarot, the Bible, praise, song, writing, meditating, aligning ourselves, all of it. It doesn't matter. I do tarot. These ones are tarot. There's so many of them, but these ones I just like. This section and the time I come on today are part of the self-love, self-care journey. So one, I'm being accountable for myself, showing up, creating better habits. 12:33 on the clock. 333. Thank you, Spirit. I am most directly led with angel numbers. Angel numbers just have been synchronicities through my whole life, and exactly, you got it. 333, self-expression, right? That is the 12:33 on the clock. Still a ding, 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 and every time you hear those dings, that Spirit just confirming. Open our hearts, express ourselves, our true, most authentic selves, and under that a lot. Yeah, I see it a lot all the time. And it's a 9, right? Which is endings, but they're endings that come to their natural conclusion. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock, which is confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. It's a progression, right? Where when we're going through these endings, they're through experience. We've come to that natural conclusion, and it's okay. And anything that we're letting go of and releasing is what needed to fall away. And then we're coming to these new cycles and new experiences, more strengthened in our knowledge and the ability to overcome them because we have the experience from all the ones we've come across in the past, right? So leave a trail of love as you walk the earth. I just love these because they're so me, and they're what I believe, and I'm so strong in my belief that nobody can sway me, right? I know what I believe, and something deep I lost a few years ago, and it's hard to forget about them. I wonder if they'll come back. What do you mean? Like come back to Earth? We all reincarnate, but you never know. O Lord, what a variety of things you have made. In wisdom you have made them all. Psalms 104:24. There might be a message in there for you. Even if it's an ex-lover, you have to understand that when we reincarnate and we come back to the earth, what we're doing is upgrading our level, right? So however they come back, I absolutely believe they'll come back. Will it be in your lifetime? We don't know. But what we do know is you come back as many times as you choose to come back. So whatever levels that you graduate to along the way, you make that decision, and then when you go back, as long as you are trying to succeed, because yes, how do we fail? We fail forward, right? And it's okay. Failure is not a bad thing. What failure is the ability to recognize that maybe that wasn't the best way, but there is another way, and then we're open to learning the new things. So when it comes to that point, then we create those contracts with God and say, this is the lesson that I'm going to learn, and this is what I really need to learn, and this is how this is going to happen. And they create that contract. And when you show up and reincarnate back here, your whole goal is to find your north node, understand it, recognize your soul and what it's trying to learn, and then learn it and share it and really truly raise your vibration in the people around you. So if you know the person, right? If you know the person and you know them truly well, thank you, Spirit, they're going to speak to you. And if they're coming back, kind of one of my best ways to put this is I had this cat. I had to let go a lot of things in my life, and I had to lose a lot, and not so much with deaths, but having to walk away and losing that part of myself, that I had to overcome all of these horrible things that I had to overcome. And I could have, stayed focused on them and just drown myself in all these negative emotions, or I could learn to overcome them. And I don't know exactly who my cat was, but I'll tell you, that cat came into my life and was my support animal, and literally shone so much love into my heart, and the ability to show up every day. And sometimes they come back as our animal friends. Sometimes they come back they're just in our heart with us. Sometimes they choose not to come back, and we don't know. And the only way we do know is knowing that person and knowing how they were and how they treated themselves and how they lived their life. And if they lived their life learning and always seeking knowledge and trying to do better, then you can almost guarantee that they're coming back again. Because if they didn't get to finish and leave with the absolute completion of, I've learned everything I could possibly learn, they're going to come back. And they're going to come back because there's so much more to learn. And if you're someone, especially if there's someone like me who's constantly seeking knowledge and understanding and wanting to really understand the world and understand ourselves, then absolutely they're going to come back, because they're not done yet, and God knows that, and God sees that they're trying, and each time they're trying, God's going to allow them to come back and in another way, shape, or form, and be there and love and learn for everybody in the world, for themselves and everybody around them. So thank you, Spirit. Okay. Retreat from the outside world. The rain and snow come down from the heavens and stay on the ground to water the earth. Isaiah 55:10. Also, there's going to be Isaiah, and I love that it goes with your name. So yeah, maybe go look at this verse. What is it? Isaiah 55:10. Maybe go and read something around there too, because that might help with some of your questions, and it may allow you to just have another perspective on it, right? And right, like I got these even before you came. So that's Spirit saying somebody. I always say, like, this time that I'm doing, not only am I being accountable for myself, I'm showing myself exactly the same love that I would put out for everyone else and never give back to myself. So I'm giving it to myself first. Thank you, Spirit. And along the way, people pop in and out. Maybe I have only one viewer or 3 viewers or whatever. They pop in and they pop out. But there's always a message that they need to hear. And God promised me, the universe promised me, my spirit team, my angels tell me every single day that the message that I'm putting out here, somebody will pop in just in time and just even long enough to just hear their message and thank you, Spirit, and be able to go and plant that seed. And then they're going to come back each day with just a little bit, and we're going to water it and we're going to grow it, and they're going to plant their own seeds. And that's the goal. We're creating ripples, one small little bit of love at a time, right? Pure unconditional love. Look at that. Speak to the earth, and it will instruct you. Let the fish in the sea speak to you. Job 12:8. I love how these are just literally talking about what I'm talking about, and I don't even know. I don't always know, but for sure God knows, and God puts it on my heart. Focus on God's love. Make every effort to keep yourselves united in the Spirit, binding yourselves together with peace. Ephesians 4:3. Truly, when you lead from a place of love and unconditional love for yourself and any and everyone you encompass, you encounter, you think about, even those who have hurt you, you have to come from a point of love. And when you give from a point of love, without expectation, and no, I don't mean give financially. Sometimes that's what you can give. That's what you can give. But it's not, thank you, Spirit. It's not so much about that. It's about giving that love, that this world needs so desperately. And there's so many people out there. I was one of them. I'm still one of them. I don't even know what it's like to receive love except for the love I've got given myself, and it took a long time to get there. Welcome, spiritual. Yeah, it took a long time to get there, and it's been an everyday work and a journey. And even to this point, I have come so far, and recognizing that and celebrating that is something that I'm learning to do at 43 years of age. So, as I'm learning it, I'm sharing it with as much love and giving with no expectation. I truly just, even if it's a small message, if you stop in and something hits your heart and just helps you love yourself truly, then that's what we can do, right? You're very welcome, and come back anytime. There's always going to be a new message for you, and there's always going to be something that I hope at least sits in your heart enough and you share with somebody along the way. And that's how we're sowing the seeds, and we're going to plant them, and we're going to water them, and we're changing the world. Believe it or not, we're changing the world. Thank you, Spirit. 12:44 on the clock. They're not playing today. 4, 8, 10, 11. That's the master builder number. We're creating our own world and our own happiness and our own relationships and our own families and our own circle of people that love us and we love unconditionally. And we don't stay in that circle, but we definitely start with that circle, and they help us fill our cup, and we fill our own cup, and we fill their cup. And when we are all overflowing and we're just spilling it all over the place, we can't help but help people. And we're helping the world, and not even doing it on purpose. We're just doing it by just being ourselves. And that's kind of like the best thing we could ever do. And when you look back at that, you can celebrate that, and you can love that, and you can take great pride in that. Thank you, Spirit. Because there's nothing more you can do in this world but love yourself and fill your own cup, and let it spill over, and let it fill other people's cups just by default. You can't ask for more than that, right? Understanding that you're always safe and you're always loved, and when you take those leaps of faith and you make those decisions and you take those moments to fill your cup, even in the craziest of chaos. Thank you, Spirit. You know that God and the universe are always going to find a way for you, and things will always work out in your highest, best good. Even if sometimes it takes a moment and you need to change the perspective, you have to understand it's always for your highest, best good. Spend time outdoors. They are like trees planted along the riverbank, bearing fruit each season. Their leaves never wither, and they prosper in all they do. Psalms 1:3. And I just love Psalms. The whole book of Psalms is just so much inspiration, and about gratitude and joy and celebration and song, and all of the things that we can do to celebrate ourselves and celebrate God and celebrate the universe and all of those around us. Even in times of chaos, Psalms is the place to go if you want all those stories. So thank you, Spirit. Release your cares to God. Oh, that I had wings like a dove, then I would fly away and rest. Again, Psalms 55:6. Just more confirmation. Psalms is the place to go if you're ever in a worry or question or fear. Go there first and move out from there. But it's a very good place to start. Truly it is. And then use loving strength and discernment. I'm not trying to win the approval of people, but of God. If pleasing people were my goal, I would not be Christ's servant. Galatians 1:10. That's right. Like when I say I'm here, I have one person pop in, 2, 3, whatever. I don't ask for gifts. I don't ask them to share the live. I don't, I would like to see them share it with somebody that they think it would help, but it's not something it's not an expectation. And this isn't a message where you can only claim it if you do this or do that. We don't do the if, ands, or buts, period. Welcome, Cam. There's no, you don't get this if you don't. I can't stand that in life. It just hurts my heart to watch that. This is not a transactional place. This is a place where I am me no matter what happens. And if that resonates with you or helps you in any way, shape, or form, then that's wonderful. If you give at any point, you give not from a place of expectation, just like when I give, I'm giving from true love and what I have the ability to give without selling myself short or giving from an empty cup. I'm always filling my own cup first, and then along the way, the overflow spills and hopefully helps people along the way. But right now, I'm being accountable. I'm showing up for myself, and I'm doing the self-love for my own self, and then hopefully showing people along the way just small ways that recognizing how easy we can start with such small little things, right? Whether it's making a coaster out of stuff that would get thrown in the garbage, or creating small little things that we make, taking time to appreciate the universe for what it creates for us, doing a paint by number, getting our mind out of all of the different ways that the world can weigh us down, making our own teas, making my face mask that I come on here and do, making our own lotions, doing whatever we can to show ourselves that we're worth the time. Thank you, Spirit. We're worth the effort. And when we show up in that thought process, in recognizing that we truly create change, not only for ourselves, but for those who we encounter along the way. Welcome, Nazarene. I don't know if I already said, all right. We're not playing with this one today, huh? Anymore? Okay. Perfect. So I like these ones too. It's the Energy Healing Oracle. And goodness, I refine my character and overcome difficulties by remaining positive. I calm my heart and illuminate my intellect to transform shadow into light. I consciously manifest goodness in and around me. I improve my qualities for the benefit of all. That's right. And the more we learn, the more we share from a point of gratitude and non-expectation, right? We're just sharing what we know. And when we share what we know and what we've learned, we're not holding on to what people do with it. It's not our business if people pick it up and run with it, or if they throw it away, or whatever they choose to do with it. Our job is to give the message and share. Welcome back, spiritual. To share with love and mind our own business what people do with it. Thank you, Spirit. Give the message and truly don't hold on to expectations. Just show with love and show up for ourselves and be grateful that we have the ability to show up and share the message and love ourselves when so many, didn't get that opportunity. Welcome back, Olivia. And then action. My divine action incites love and harmony. I am aware of my thoughts and driven by positive forces. Thank you, Spirit. I listen to my heart. My desire to manifest light transforms tests into growth, challenge into opportunity, and fear into love. Truly, every test and every challenge that comes into our life is a new opportunity to learn exactly, to show ourselves, the world, and the universe, thank you, that what we've learned and how gracefully we can overcome all these things. Welcome, Nimar. We can overcome these things when we come from a point of grounded love, self-love, and really a solid foundation. And when you get to that solid foundation, it doesn't matter who comes at you, what they throw at you. Truly, you are unshakable because you know you have an inner knowing that you've earned through experience and through love and through coming back to yourself and learning and watching and being grateful for all of the lessons the universe has sent your way. And you only overcome them when you have God on your side, when you have your angels and your spirit team and your ancestors on your side. They're there. And even when you think that there's nobody there loving you and there's nobody there that cares, when you sit back and you come to your center, you think, Spirit, you truly get to acknowledge and feel you're never alone, ever, ever, ever alone. And sometimes it takes a minute to sit back and see that, but that's why these moments, small moments of self-care, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, those moments that we love ourselves and we celebrate ourselves and recognize that we show up for ourselves every single day. Every single day we choose to get up and out of our bed and thank you, Spirit, and show up for ourselves. Then truly we overcome a new challenge. And then when we celebrate that and love ourselves for that, the universe congratulates us also and shows us in many, many different ways when we're open to actually seeing them. So, a divine light. I am an expression of love and I shine like the sun. My inner light is my strength and my treasure. Thank you, Spirit. My intuition guides me to discover the wonder and goodness of who I am. That's right. Once we start celebrating ourselves and coming to our center, we can hear what the universe is speaking to us. We can hear what God and our angels and our ancestors are trying to teach us. Because nobody's perfect and we don't have it all figured out. And sometimes we need help and we don't know how or where it's coming from. But thank you, Spirit. The best part is not to put expectation on that, to understand that we are learning beings. We're here to learn and we learn with love. And when we're open to receiving that, it may come from our ancestors. It may come from God. It may come from our highest best self, from our inner child, from the next door neighbor, from somebody walking down the street. There's no expectation on it. We just have to be open to receiving and truly understanding that when we know how to quiet our minds and start loving ourselves, that the answers will come to us. We truly have everything we need right here. We just need to look inward and sit and quiet and listen with absolute gratitude for the messages that they're sending our way. And once we get to that point in our life, we truly can overcome anything. So, and then choice. I choose. So thank you, Spirit. I choose serenity, light, and positive energy. No matter what I go through, I choose happiness. I rise above fear and direct my thoughts to God. That's right. When you come to that inner peace, that inner knowing, there's nothing in this world worth fighting for but that inner peace. I will walk away from anything, anyone, anywhere, any place, just to keep that peace, just to be able to, thank you, Spirit, to come back to myself, because it took 43 years to accomplish. And now that I found it, and I keep finding it every single day and refining it and understanding it and knowing it so much better that it shows through in everything I do. And I start seeing it in the things that I create, in how I move when even cleaning, it becomes more graceful, like a dance, right? Thank you, Spirit. You start to see the synchronicities and the ways that everything starts to become like you can see beauty in everything, and it's pretty exciting. And no matter how much negativity they throw at you when you're looking and you're watching the clouds slide instead of move, right? They're sliding and they're just moving so gracefully. There's just absolute beauty in everything. And the more you open to that, and the more gratitude that you show for that, the more the universe and God shows up for you, and it just opens you up to so much more beauty and the ability to being able to express it. Each and every day I show up here, I don't know what my message is going to be. I know that, thank you, Spirit. I know that it starts with self love, and it starts with me showing up for myself. Welcome, Kareen. So that's what it starts with. And from there out, I go as long as Spirit asks me to. They know my boundaries. They know that I have a child to go get for school. So they're not allowed to cross that boundary, and we've come to that agreement. And but through the rest of the time, while I'm here and I'm willing, I'm going to share what message they're telling me to share, and I'm okay with that, because it's always something I need to hear sometimes too, right? So we learn as we go. The divine fruit. As I work to improve and free myself, I strengthen my foundations. My intellect is light, my heart is warm, and my soul is strength. I am nurtured by the divine sun. The fruit I bear reflects my inner light. Absolutely. I think I was just kind of talking about that. The more I learn, the more I grow, and the more I share. And I'm sharing what I learn from experience, from knowledge, from all of the ways God has shown up in my life, which is just that if you go back and look at some of my stories, like, I'm an open book. I always promised the good, the bad, the ugly, and I meant every word. Thank you, Spirit, because I refuse to feel shame for the things that I've overcome. I've truly overcome these things, or I'm still overcoming. But as I'm overcoming, I'm learning and I'm sharing. So hopefully along the way, other people that are trying to overcome don't get lost in the process, or fall through the cracks, or so many things, so many ways that it's easy for people to be left to the side. And even if I can't save everybody, I can at least help, maybe give direction a little bit, or give a starting point, or just be that light in the dark when they just have nowhere else to go or not sure what to do. I truly know that God's going to send them my way, because even if it's a small message, it's going to be just enough to keep them going. And I know from absolute examples, thank you, Spirit. I know from, I'm a walking testimony of, it could be the smallest compliment, it could be the smallest kindness. Having the worst day in the world, everything feels overwhelming, and that person ahead of you paid for your coffee in the drive-through line. That small act of kindness, which people just think it's not that big a deal. But you don't know what that person was going through in their head. You don't know. They could have been at the give-up point. Thank you, Spirit. They could have just said, enough is enough. I don't care. And Lord knows what could have actually taken place, But that small little kindness, that small little moment that someone showed that they gave a shit, was just enough to change that person's entire trajectory of life. 101 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. We don't realize the actual thank you, Spirit. You gotta let me get it out first. We don't realize the actual amount of ripples in change in people's life that we create when we just show up, and we show up with love, and we just give from this place of non-expectation. There's nothing in return. Come, take this piece, and hopefully it helps you in some small moment. And if it doesn't, maybe you share it with someone that will. Thank you, Spirit. When you show up for yourself, you have the ability to give like that. And when you do that, you have no idea actually what ripples and what changes you can create in other people's lives that maybe just needed that little moment, that little tiny message, that little tiny seed planted. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here for me. I'm here for you. I'm here for God. I'm here for the universe. Thank you, Spirit. I'm here for my ancestors, my spirit team. And I'm here to plant the seeds. That's what I'm here for in myself, in you, in your friends that you share it to, in your people that you discuss it with, the people that you start asking questions, your own spirit team, when you start asking questions and listening for the answers. Like there's so many ways that this just ripples. Thank you, Spirit. Ripples outward and changes. It causes so much change. I'm even kind of starting to realize it as I show up every single day for myself. So I'm learning just as much as you are, I promise. So, and then here and now is on the bottom of the deck. The future does not exist, and the past is gone. I focus on the present moment. I have confidence in life again because here, now, there is no danger. Thank you, Spirit. Everything happens when my soul is ready. That's right. We're not here we're healing ourselves, right? And to do that, there is no linear, healing isn't linear, right? There's so many layers and coming back and triggers and things that until we acknowledge, we don't even know how to heal. And sometimes you have to heal to a certain point where you have the ability to see and feel. Thank you, Spirit. See and feel what it is. It's not always the easiest thing to do. It can be quite hard sometimes, but sometimes we can't even see the higher perspective or understand the different levels until we heal to a certain point. And that's okay. That's why there's never going to be judgment here. I haven't had any haters today. I'm surprised. Thank you, Spirit. I appreciate that. But even when I give my messages, I don't care if they hate me or not. It's not my business. I'm giving the message, and it's not from a place of judgment. It's from a place of love. And even the haters, even the people that have done bad things to you need love too. And that doesn't mean go get close to them and allow them to create damage in your life. What it means is to forgive them and understand from a non-judgmental point of view that they are at that stage in their life and in their journey, and that's okay too. So forgiving them and releasing it not only frees up the space in yourself, it frees them, it cuts the cord for them and allows them to free themselves and move forward so they can continue in their journey without that constant tug of obligation or guilt or shame pulling them back. Thank you, Spirit. So yeah, just in any chance you can, and at each stage when you level up and you learn to love yourself, remember that releasing and letting all these negative things go and forgiving all of these things also allows yourself to free up the space. But it untangles the people that you've been holding on to with that resentment and anger and fear. Thank you, Spirit. It lets them go, it releases them, and it cuts that cord, and it allows them to go on their journey and truly live and understand and learn what they're meant to learn so they can share that too. So just remember, no matter where you are, we're never better than one. I'm not better than somebody else. Nobody's better than me. We are all equal. We are all at different stages of our journey. And thank you, Spirit. And no matter what happens, sometimes it hurts. And sometimes you have to process enough so you can understand to let it go. And that's okay too. Don't punish yourself. Don't beat yourself up for something, because you can only do better once you learn that it's possible to do better. And that's how we learn, and that's how karma plays out in people's lives. And it's not to hurt them; it's to sometimes I know. Let me spit it out, Spirit. Sometimes it's to wake them up or shock them into awakening, because you've tried all the gentle ways and it doesn't work. We show up and we're the gentle ways of teaching you and trying to show you. And if that doesn't work, especially when you create attacks on other people, if that's not working and your brain is only focused on the one track, the one perspective of hurt, be hurt, all those negative things, there's going to come a point where the universe and God needs some way to shake you, wake you up, say, tap that ass, wake up, get your shit together. There's another way. And sometimes it could be those moments where our life is literally a life and death experience, right? And there's just that shaking, like your whole life flashes before your eyes, and you understand you could have done things differently, and all those things that come through. And I've had many of these experiences. So when you see all of the futures that never got to exist, or all of those possibilities and potentials that were just thrown away because we couldn't open our hearts and our minds to these possibilities. That's how we learn, right? And that's how we see. And when we get the opportunity to wake up then the next moment and open our eyes and recognize that we're still here, we're still alive, we still have that opportunity, that's kind of how these things start to change in our lives. So it's really important to understand that. Sometimes and it took me a long time because I was trying to protect people from their own karma and from their own things that they needed to learn, and because I didn't want to see people hurt, because I've been through so much pain and torture and trauma, and I was trying to protect people from that. But sometimes protecting them from that also enables them to not learn the lessons. And it took me a very long time to learn that. That doesn't mean I have to wish anything on anybody, and I refuse to do that because I will not perpetuate cycles, especially, thank you, Spirit, when it comes to wishing negative things on people. I refuse to perpetuate that cycle. No matter what goes my way, I don't do return to sender, never, and I always ask for mercy for those who have hurt me, because I know that we all need a chance at redemption, and I know that, welcome back, Isaiah, I know that no matter what happens in our lives, there's a point in time that we needed forgiveness, or we needed the opportunity to learn, so we could do better. So at the end of the day, if we don't give that to somebody else, what are we doing, right? Welcome back, Anthony. So I was called to share that, and no matter what, as we learn and we grow, we don't wish bad on anybody, period. Just don't. I know how to transmute it, so I don't ever return to sender. But if you don't know how, and you have to do it because you're just drowning in negative energy because you haven't yet learned that, it's okay. Don't punish yourself. Don't be mad at yourself. Understand that that's part of the lesson, is learning how to do that. And at the end of this, I'm going to read the protection thing about calling back your energy, 110 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. So I think maybe I'm going to start ending with that. I think that's what they're trying to tell me, because at the end of the day, once we learn how to call back our energy, we're also protecting ourselves from negative energy. And we're creating from a point of ground zero, right? And that's really important, because we're not sending it back, but we're saying it's whatever it is in everybody's highest, best good. Thank you, Spirit 111 on the clock. Welcome, Shania. So I always shuffle these ones because I love my gemstones so very much, my crystals, but on the cards, the information has just enough sarcasm to make me giggle, and I love that. And I get to see some of the new ones. This is not a new one. I have lots of smoky quartz, but I get to see them and learn about them also. So it's just a little bit of fun right before the end, because I have to get ready to get my daughter soon. So this one's smoky quartz. What it is: ranging from an almost clear to nearly black, smoky quartz pairs the clarity-inducing vibes of clear stones with the protective "do not cross over this line" vibes of the black ones. Who needs it? Glass half empty types and space cadets. Where to put it? On a chain around your neck. Pardon me. or hidden in your pocket whenever you're certain to find difficult people in your path. Family dinner tables, conference rooms, subway cars. When to use it. When you fall prey to emotional vampires. When you're just too spacey and can't even. When you're embarking on a spiritual journey or a journey to pick up your dry cleaning. Extra points if you're thinking, what's the difference? Arm your spiritual warrior, right? This is just, it gives you both that protection and that the clarity, the ability to center yourself and enhance your other crystals' abilities while protecting you from the negatives. And then Chrysocolla, this one has come up a couple times, and I really love these. But I love at the bottom, it says, be your own mama. So what it is, Chrysocolla forms near copper ore deposits. Hence its wavy blue-green swirls left behind by the oxidized metal. Like other materials associated with copper, think telephone wires, Chrysocolla opens up channels of clear communication. Who needs it? Anyone entangled in the 247 fear cycle propagated by the Politica media complex. Those who can never find the right words and where to put it. Hold it to your high heart and breathe. When to use it. When you feel small and vulnerable and are looking for someone to parent you, but then you remember that you are a grown-up, but it's cool because you totally got this, right? I love this. Welcome, Dorcosaurus. I love the name. That's cute. And then we have Azurite. Look at this one. It's beautiful. And this is the Leo one. Yeah, it is. This is the Leo one. They always send this one out, so maybe they're telling me I need to get one. And I'm okay with that because they're beautiful. So, Azurite. Meditative and dreamy, Azurite is a soft, powdery to prismatic, rich blue, copper-infused mineral. Who needs it? The materialistic, vain, and always craving. That's not a judgment. That's almost all of us. Leos especially, which is so funny. Thanks for confirming that, Spirit. Where to put it? Alongside the spiritual shovel you're using to dig your way out of that prison of worry, indecision, and desire you've constructed around yourself. When to use it. When material pleasures aren't giving you the buzz they used to. When it's time to take a break from snapping selfies and chasing shiny things, you can shake off the shallowness. Start with your breath, then dive into the deep end with Azurite. Explore your hidden depths. Amen. We got this one yesterday too. Celestite. Blue-gray celestite is a delicate sulfate mineral with airy, buoyant, blue cotton candy vibes. It gets its name from the Latin word for heaven, and if you close your eyes and ask nicely, maybe it will take you there. Who needs it? Anyone brazenly ignoring the consistent inner voice that actually has some good ideas for how you might better handle this whole life thing. Where to put it? As a calming adornment wherever you meditate or pray. When to use it. When it's time to stop and really listen. With Celestite as a guide, you might be surprised what you hear. Tune into your serenity. I love that so much. And then Diamond. Who doesn't love Diamond? What it is. Set in engagement rings, tiaras, and iced out chains. This girl's best friend of gemstones is the hardest naturally occurring material on planet Earth. Diamonds are more than just status symbols encrusted on the rich. Their radiant energy clears away spiritual cloud cover so you can bask in the purest light. Who needs it? Who doesn't? Where to put it? Wherever you'd like to bling. When to use it? When you've just got to keep it icy. When you want to make your intentions perfectly clear, thank you, Spirit, and when it's time to beam your own unique light through the darkness for all to see. Own it with Diamond. Shine your brightest. That's what it means. And then we have agate. And I don't have one this color, but I do have a couple, and they are beautiful. Another fraud call. That's my favorite. Okay. Agate, a banded chalcedony, comes in many forms. Elegant blue lace agate, agate. I'm going to mispronounce that 100 different times. And iridescent fire agate are two. Each agate has its own unique vibe, but they all promote an energy of wherever you are, be there. Who needs it? Work-life balance strugglers. Where to put it? Wherever you need more stability in your life. When to use it. When you want to get into your body, try fire agate. When too much screen time has you feeling disconnected from anything the slightest bit eco, try the far from aptly named mass agate, which neither contains mass nor is technically an agate, but can still hold it down. That's so funny. Find your solid ground, right? That's what it is. We're finding our foundations. We're creating our firm, solid foundations. And yes, it's okay to allow crystals and use them in your helping create your foundation. Why? Because the universe, the earth, created them. They didn't just, some man didn't just decide for them to be. The universe created them for us to admire with absolute awe. It's okay, and to use them to help us feel that connection with Mother Earth and truly allow us to show the gratitude in which and the respect that the universe and God deserve for creating such wonderful things into existence. Don't ever let somebody convince you that it's not okay to show respect for the absolute beauty that the earth continues to show us every single day. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, last one, and I'm just going to do these ones because it's called the Cosmic Dancer, and because there's nothing I love more than dancing, releasing that energy and just flowing with the music, no matter what is going on in this world. So, yeah. What's the quick little message we can give with these ones? And then I have to get ready to go get my daughter. Okay. Be authentic. I love that. Is that it? Okay. Choreograph. Oh, okay, I like this. So we have a little message here, and I just have to open them all up here. So, yes. Love it. Okay. So we have find your motivation. Okay. Whatever it may be, your why, figure out what it is, then you're going to devote yourself to that, okay, and to figuring out a way to consciously complete it, okay. Essentially, it's the bottom of the deck, but essentially we're choreographing our future, we're creating it, and we're going to be fluid, and we're going to be authentic, and we're going to honor the lineage, our culture, our ancestors, all of these things. We're going to honor that when we show up doing all of these things, consciously completing our dance, our own dance that we're creating for ourselves. And then we're going to celebrate our growth and breakthroughs every step of the way. Every single step of the way, not just one step. Even the small wins, we're going to celebrate for everybody, including ourselves. 1:21 on the clock. And thank you, Spirit. That's our solid foundations. That's balance. That's our new balanced beginnings with the master number 11 that we create every single day when we show up for ourselves. We become the masters of our own existence and our own self and our own temple. And when we become the masters of ourselves, we show by example how to help others become the masters of their own self. So, hi Louise, welcome. Okay, I'm a little bit early, but I came on earlier today, and I think that's the message that Spirit wants to get out into the world today. At least for today. So I'm going to take a moment and spend some time with myself and do a little meditation, throw on a song, and maybe dance around my house for a minute. Welcome back, Spiritual. Thank you, Spirit. No matter what I do, I'm gonna 122 on the clock. I'm gonna do it for myself, have a little snack, and then get ready to get my daughter. So when she comes home, she gets to enjoy the adventure of what it is, and we can find some fun things to do along the way. So everybody that showed up and that shared the live and that even speaks about it with a friend along the way today, or ask yourself a question or two, or how can I love myself a little better? Just that alone is creating the change. It's creating those ripples that absolutely plants the seed and waters it in everyone else that we encounter. So um, I'll be back tomorrow. I think it will be day 16, 1, 2, 3 on the clock, progression, right? And as we go, we progress, we learn. And tomorrow there'll be another message for me to learn just as much as you. And thank you, Spirit. And as I show up each and every day for myself, loving myself and hopefully helping others have a starting point where to love themselves and where to start, and just many of the small things that we do. Um, Hopefully I help somebody just get a starting point. And I know that I've already created my starting point. And as I go along the way, like I promised, the good, the bad, the ugly. Thank you, Spirit. I will always share and uh, be very open and transparent in how I come about my learning journey and where I go moving forward. And hopefully along the way, I help somebody. So I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, my stomach's starting to growl. It says it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna go have a quick snack and then get ready to go get my daughter. So hopefully I see you guys back tomorrow. And thank you, Spirit. I appreciate everybody that stopped in, even for the small messages. Um, there's always a message here somewhere for somebody if they're willing to hear it. So I thank you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. And have a good day. Thank you for showing up.